Hello, Matt. Ooh, Deep Rock has a new season coming up. Oh no, seasonal event. You put a shark on your head. When does that start? Starts Thursday. Then the other games. I like it though. Oh, ice. Wasn't there popped in here? Yes, actually, I was just thinking about that. It has been months, I had to think, but welcome. Is there anybody else here that's excited for the Baldur's Gate? It's out in 2 days. Our crew is very much looking forward to playing it. We kind of I wanted to start earlier because we're going to start playing a Sunday on stream, and I kind of wanted to start earlier, but Kyle's going to be out for the weekend, and we kind of need a day or two to figure out what characters we want to be and plan it out before popping in. Heard the name, but I have no idea what it is. It's Baldur's Gate was the third one, but the previous entry came out, I think, in 2004. So it's been quite a while. It's essentially a game that follows D&D. So the actual Dungeons and Dragons universe, naming and rules, everything that's in there. It is a game that follows that, and the reason for the big delay was there was never a company that came out that I think Wizards of the Coast owns it, that they thought could do it right, but then Larian came along with Divinity Original Sin 2, which was a game very much like D&D that played it, and so they said, okay, you can make it, and so they did, and it looks amazing. It's just going to be fun because there's just so many different ways you can play it. It's going to be an RPG to bend all RPGs in a way. It's the amount of articles I read that were talking about like developers saying, please don't make this the new standard for video game RPGs, because they had 400 people working like half a decade on this game and were passionate about it. No many studios have that kind of resources, so it's gonna be super, super cool. The graphics look really good. They were true to the original, so you actually do real dice rolls. Well, not like physical, but in the game there's a dice roll. It would be really cool if they could like invent a dice, maybe it even exists, that you could roll and the input would go to a computer to determine what the roll was. I mean, yeah, you could cheat the hell out of it, but it's in D&D, you could definitely like make up your rolls too. The whole game is about following the playing a role and following the rules, so I think that'd be pretty neat. better throw out my Kickstarter for that real quick. Okay. I think I am good. But I'm trying to get back into SFMLP stuff. Any suggestions or recommendations? Depends on what you're looking for, because I would think if you're getting back into it, you might already have ideas, like making things. I wouldn't be able to say for sure. I think it'd be kind of going hard mode, but there's not much content, like good content out there using the G5 models. They're more detailed, but they're missing some of the features that make them easy to use within SFM. So I think that would work. Oh, okay. Well, then probably not. Probably don't do that. If you haven't really used it before, or very little, just do pictures. They're the best way to get back into things and get yourself accustomed to everything. At least that's why I see. Anyways, hello. It's Applejack. She's very surprised. We're going to today try to find and begin working on taking some kind of previous stupid face we've done across anything and turning it into an anthology short per Jay's request. So I've opened up the stupid face file, but we don't have to use anything that's actually in this one because we have lots and lots of videos like that, or videos like that. Finding Use Promise. Interesting. Yeah, I saw the one, I don't know if you posted the video of it, about the music games. It looked like 9 players. That's, that'd be interesting. Oh, I forgot about Big Cat. Okay. What can be usable? I think, one of the original plans, I don't think it's in this one. Is it in this one? Oh, there's a boob stand up. Where they're kicking Spike back and forth. Yeah, but I think it's a different file. Actually, I might have to look around with it. The face already looks stupid amazing. Yeah. No, it's... Oh yeah, we have her playing Brimwood playing the trumpet. Oh yeah, with Verpy on fire. She's just kind of in there. Oh! I might know which one. I forgot, because this, first let's, get rid of these. It is this one. Doing something with about Trixie stuck in a vending machine. I believe that was one of the ones we kind of wanted to do. How would we make something out of that though? Because we don't really have access to voice lines, like making voice lines easily. I think we have some software that does, but I don't think it would work, and I don't want to have to request voice lines or commission because this is going to be short and stupid. Because I thought about, like, you could show her standing at the street, but I kind of also like the idea of no context, just having her there with ponies walking by and just looking around, and that's it. Like, just super simple. Like, the camera's just like, I don't know what straight is because that's kind of bad, but just kind of like this, and just to have people just walking by, maybe other vending machines like this next to it, and not really caring. Having everybody walk by and say hi, Trixie would be. Chip's got stuck. She tries to reach her in there, and then it cuts the scene when he's walking by. See, when I was talking with Jay about these, he's basically was, what can you grab me that's least effort? Because it's something that we can put in really quick. That would probably require quite a bit of work to do at that point. Plus, anthology is kind of like a fast-paced joke. You get to the joke, you move on. That might be too much lead up. I'm trying to think of how you could do that with the least amount of lead up. Because if you were to do that, you'd have to like have money go in the machine, see something get stuck, which at this point, I don't think these models are movable. Yeah, none of these have bones, so I'm kind of locked to what's in there. There might be one that has like empty slots in it, and I might be able to do something like that. Figured could maybe just have her looking at the vending machine and then cut to the walking scene. But I'm wondering if you could have a scene where like the camera's looking out at stuff and the pony's walking by, look at the camera and be confused, and then do a 180 shot and to show what they're confused about. But I don't think that's not really anthology pacing. Something like this, I feel like it has to be like a snappier joke, something that comes up really quick. What is the voice line when she actually gets her peanut butter crackers? I don't want to listen to myself. Okay.
Excuse me. The great and powerful Trixie! Need some peanut butter crackers. Voila!
Okay, so it's just saying I need peanut butter crackers. I just don't know how to transition to it to make it actually funny. I feel like anything that would be done, like it's funny seeing them standing there. It's sad, but I think like almost the best joke that you can make from this is literally just a 5-second short of this with her in the machine, just kind of looking around. Like, I think it's about, because I think anything else you do ruins the joke by leading it up too much. What's the funniest is that just that boom that she's just in there. Yeah, I can't think of any other way to really make that funny with pretext. That would be nice and quick. Because if she went to the machine and did the thing and then she was in there, you get a giggle. But if this popped up, you'd just be like, the confusion would be the funnier joke of it. Then the scene cuts her off. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I think that the only way to really get a good confused laugh, because if you have it lead up, which is in there, then it's like it's an accidental, like she's like, you could see it coming. There was a story to it, so now it's like, haha, look, she's in there, ha, that funny. But if you just had it like this, there's a lot of like questions that are unanswered, and that makes it a little bit funnier. I wish there was like audio of Starlight, or her saying Starlight muffled, like, because there's a difference between saying a word and then having it where like your mouth is covered like this. I think it'd be interesting to hear it like that. And thank you for the follow, Chaotic Cipher. Thank you very much. And I ordered some curtains for that window so that I don't feel like I'm ascending into heaven at this time of day. So hopefully, like, it actually feels really weird with the blue in the background, like, I don't know, but yeah, I got some curtains. Hopefully those will be here this weekend or this end of this week. Oh yeah, I could do that. I'm actually drinking. I'm just drinking a Blue Moon right now. Nothing fancy. I have a lot of house expenses that are piling up, and I am going to have to budget myself very liberally for a while. So, anyway, cheers on that. Can I see your animation so far? Well, this one right now is there's nothing. We haven't. I'm working on finishing up another one. I'm doing the very boring parts of it, so I'm doing it off stream. So this one is I'm trying to make a very, very short something for anthology video compilation, and so I need like 5 or 6 second short. And we have a whole bunch of really just weird things we've built in this shot way back, and I deemed that this one might be something that could be funny. So, I think that might work. So as of right now, yes, there's not much moving. There's a lot of stuff moving in this one. I can't explain all of it, but it's definitely a thing. So, in regards to the Saul animation, I did all the lighting, and I have started coloring all the horses and getting them divvied up to where I can put them in the seats, but I've still got a little ways to go on that. So, but the lighting took quite a lot of time. Really good animator, not gonna lie. Well, thank you very much. I'm good at horses. Because I put the most time into it. I wouldn't say I'm really that great at much else. You give me like a TF2 character, I can probably make it work, but tell me to make them walk, I'm gonna have no idea what I'm doing. Thankfully, cycles exist. But I think what I'm gonna do for right now, let's first save this as a separate file. We're gonna do this as anthology Trixie Vend. It's just something. This lets me delete everything else in here. Otherwise, I'm gonna like have some RAM issues. Oh God, I'm not gonna deal with that. That's way too many. Let's break that off, and I don't need that light right now. All right, let's zero this camera because that tilt I'm not gonna be able to undo myself. I'm good at animating FNAF TF2 Half-Life 2 characters. Yep, that makes sense. More of the bipedal. Yeah, I haven't really done that much. I think I've done a bipedal 3 or 4 times, but I've done horses a whole lot. Hello, Michael.
Oh. Look like you need company.
Do I?
You're all sitting down here quiet as can be.
I'm talking the whole time.
Oh, I was walking downstairs. You were like,
because you're walking down the stairs. I have to like, if it's like, have you ever seen The Quiet Place?
Is that what it is? I was like one of the monsters.
You picked up booze.
I did.
What's that one?
It's just a strawberry lemonade.
That looks immensely sweet.
Probably is a little bit. I also got a stout. Left hand stout. Got it before. It's just kind of my go-to at this point.
I did order a curtain for that window.
Yeah?
Because it's a little...
But what happened to your piece of cardboard?
Oh, I got an actual curtain. I'm blind. But we're working on turning this into a short.
Okay.
For anthology.
I am pleased by this.
So I was trying to think of different ways to make it work, and I think that the best way for how anthology works to just make it something stupid is to just literally animate this exact shot and just make it like 5 seconds, and just be the confusion of what?
It's a particularly good idea. It seems like a bit of a waste to have it on only 5 seconds.
Well, because I was trying to think of how there's not much I can think of that you could do for lead up that would just change it from a confusing joke to like any joke that would be less funny.
Well, you could just have different ponies passing by the vending machine, and it's just like in the Camelot Friendship School's break room or something. That you could just have ponies wandering by. And they're asking each one of them for help and them responding in different ways.
But asking for help, I don't have a voice.
Yeah, you do.
No. Okay, there's that thing, and you actually made that work for her, I guess.
You could probably make it work for all of them. You just have to write the lines at a time and let me know what they were.
It'd just be help. But again, it feel like you're dragging on the same joke. If something changed at the end of it, that's different. But if all you're doing is taking the exact same joke and extending it for 10 seconds,
You're taking the same joke, but you're applying it to different characters so you get different reactions.
but no, anybody walking by, I'd be focused on Trixie. Anybody coming by is going to probably be out of focus or not looked at. So I'm not going to change camera constantly because then that completely ruins the
You
joke.
can just have them walking past. You don't have to change camera.
But if they're walking past, everybody had to stop to even see who it is.
Stop. They can just catch her and pretend to be ignoring her.
No, because then you'd have to have their look at the camera. Or not look at the camera. You'd have to see who it is. Otherwise, if you're looking at Trixie, anybody walking by is going to look at her, and now you can't see their face.
Unless this happens so much that they just don't even look at her.
That's the only thing I can think that was funny, but then you're dragging on the joke. So that's where it's like, I felt like this implied that this isn't just her getting stuck in a vending machine, but that she has done it before.
Yes.
And that's what I think is funny.
Yes. She absolutely has done this before.
This vending machine, though, like, there it is. I was like, something's missing here.
There you go.
It's missing the cover.
At the cover.
The only thing you could do is just have Starlight walk up to the vending machine with her stuck in it. Well, no, I think having her walk up to there is different. I think either having her like this or like deadpanned with like a screwdriver.
No, just have her walking up and actually getting something from the vending machine and just pretending like Trixie's not there because she's just tired of her shit. Like she just puts in a coin.
The difficulty
Thing walks away. Starlight, come back. I'm sorry. I promise not to do it again. And this time for realsies. This time.
that would take it from 5 seconds to actually taking a couple of weeks. Because we'd have to get all the audio, do all the lip syncing, all the animation for it. I'd have to figure out how to get actual food in here that would fall, because right now, like, you can't actually make the thing spin.
Just make the noise. People just know it spins.
That could work more than anything. I am actually going to reset this file though, because it was previously with all the other stupid face stuff, and it took up a ton of RAM, and I was actually already close to crashing. So I'm just going to do it myself. Walk cycles are really hard, kind of. At least for the horses, I don't having anybody walk up. That's easy. I just copy paste a walk cycle in, done. So that's not a time consuming anything.
You really hate that. You want me to find something?
No, it's getting a little. It's getting almost out of the way.
Find something.
No. Get this Friday.
Yeah.
Is the thing's coming up.
Get your stacks of Argo tapes, and I'm going to set them up there.
No. It's not on camera. So it doesn't matter.
Who cares if it's on
It's going to be gone in 5 minutes.
Clearly, like affecting you on a mental level.
No. You can see. I'm at the end of it. It's going that way. I'm at the very end of it.
And put marks on the walls to track its progress.
like marking off your height.
Yes.
Okay, that cover did not apply to this correctly. I don't know what went on with that, but wait.
You want a strawberry lemonade? It is quite sweet, but it's delicious.
I don't know if I want like super sweet right now. If I did see that there is one. This one's got broken glass.
Is there one without broken glass, or can you just replace the glass? That one's all bent up.
She really wanted it,
But now it doesn't look like she's stuck. Gotta get like a piece of glass in there.
I do like the idea of if there is. I think there's not I can hide the glass. So that's not a problem. But I do like the idea of if there was a glass and not glass, having it where I could just break the glass and then she falls out. That's what she had the screwdriver for. Oh, I don't have my water here. I keep forgetting to bring that down. So she's chaotic. I'll just drink booze.
It's dangerous.
It's my first beer of the night. See, it's already gone.
It's a cloud passing by.
It's gone.
Oh, come back. Actually, it's about to storm.
I've looked on my phone. It basically was saying, all right.
No, there's definitely some heavy clouds.
There's heavy clouds, but it's going to be like pockets of dump and then nothing.
That's all we've gotten all year.
Yeah.
We have not had a.
It's also bent. So at this angle, at the angle that I'm probably going to put the camera, it doesn't matter if it's bent. You can't tell that it's bent. So I'm not worried about it being bent. Does this go? I think this might actually go up though.
I could probably fix that.
Fix what?
The front. Make it not bent.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, it goes up here. No, it doesn't matter because again, from this angle, can you tell it's bent?
No.
Then
I
there's no
know the
need.
glass is broken.
Yeah, but the glass is easy. This is semi-transparent. The only way you can really make it semi-transparent is if it's a separate texture. And you can make things either have full transparency or no full transparency or no transparency on a single texture, but semi, not really. So that means that if I go to this one, override, it should have at least 2 textures, 2 items, yep, and plastic panel. I'm gonna guess that's the one I want. If not, I still have another option. As long as I don't use shadows. Actually, this would still. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Though I think that still having something there that like grays her out ever so slightly would still be needed. And it would be really nice if having like all little lines that you can see, like, you know, when you have like flesh that's slightly wet against the surface, how it kind of like makes that darker outline as your flesh kind of sucks to it. It'd be kind of neat to do that, but that would be a lot of work. She wouldn't be able to move. So she very light taps the glass and it just shatters. I was going to have her tapping the glass. That was kind of what the point of this hoof is. Though you could say like, how is she not falling this way? But that's fine. She's just leaning on her head. She's so sad. Look at that. Michael, look what happened to her booper.
Oh, it's a quiche.
What was that? Let's just look for window. No, actually, I'll search glass. Sometimes they don't call it window. Like, there's a little bit of like something like this that's just got that little bit of a transparency in it. But I need to find basically
a sheet of glass.
The difficulty is I need to find a rectangle. It has to be not the shape, but pretty damn close to the shape.
That Minecraft glass.
No, I'm not gonna put Minecraft glass.
That's pretty good. That's some dirty glass.
I can make it work though. That might actually be. That's a workable shape. Oh no.
No.
Now for my next trick.
No.
The only thing I don't like about this is it's very
dirty. Got lines in it.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I just noticed something I have to be very careful of. This is this one. You know what? I'll just do my normal. Rotate it to about what you want. And then figure out which is the closest to the 90. So this is 130. So that's probably going to be... Yeah, so this is negative 90. This is negative 90. And this is 0. Okay. Yep, that's workable.
Does he know?
Okay, you're going in now. Oh, you actually can't. With how I have it set up, you actually can't see the top of the machine right now. So, yeah. And even if I had no other choice, it's actually still workable. You just render it twice and mask it.
Yeah.
I've done that 100 times. Okay, so the grid. Oh no, she's just squeeze. No, you
I
back
kind
in
of
there.
like if you actually put it where the glass is kind of showing a brighter texture. It does kind of make it look like those are the parts of her face that are squished against the glass.
So the problem is, well, if there was no texture, I'd have to adjust so the model is done, but let's see.
Yeah, like if you just have it phase right up to where it feels like those are the parts that are squished.
I'd have to adjust it because I'd have to make sure that all of her limbs are just that right distance.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. Like if I took her leg here, just bring it in a little bit to like here. I had to bring her cheek in a bit more. My concern though is once you do lighting, it might, because there is now an object in front of it, it might impact how the lighting hits it, especially SSAL, which usually does shading based on how objects interact. So it might cause the shading to be weird and look like it's definitely against an object. Yeah, there's a grid to it, but I was mainly looking for something that was the right shape. Now,
Get rid of the grid if he really wants to.
yeah, I can. I was looking more for shape and something that was already working in a transparent manner. There's sometimes where like I'll grab a model and I'll add transparency to it, but it just doesn't work right. There's something with the different versions, because I think most VTFs are in version 7 point, or the latest that is SM normally has like 7.4, or it supports 7.4. So no, it supports after that. It's VTF Edit that doesn't support anything like that. But being that there's all these different versions, some things just act differently, and you don't know until you're really playing around. But what we can do is we go and find the material, which is right here. So if here's just, I brought this tip up before, but if you're trying to figure out where a texture is add an override and then just copy paste the material name here, which is what I just did. Everything. So it's the whole whatnot. So I'm gonna right click here and say show game model in Explorer. That's just gonna open up the game's location. That's gonna be the model location. Well, now we know it's in CSGO models, but I know it's in CSGO materials. So I'm just gonna go CSGO materials and then just paste that bit at the end. The last part of it is the texture name. I can't go to the full, like the texture location, so I'm just going to remove the last one's name. Boom, and now I'm there. So it's warehouse skylight glass. It's a very long name.
I'm looking forward to getting the audio for this.
Broken.
I'm actually kind of.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna probably be the one saying it.
Yeah.
Well, no, you say you're super excited. Oh my god, you drank that whole thing in like 5 minutes.
It's very sweet.
I finished off the two grapefruit not rattlers.
Grapefruit rattlers.
They're a beer mixed with juice.
Oh yeah, this anything grapefruit I hate.
I thought I would have too, but it was actually super sweet.
Yeah.
It was just juice. It was actually really good. I'm not a big fan of grapefruit either because normally it's like tart or something. But we need this one. Slice glass broken. Okay, so I need a copy.
Oh, it's broken.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't change anything. I need to copy the folder because this program always cannot remember, or always remembers the last location. So I'm gonna put that in there, export it. So now I have this. I really don't need to export it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So
I guess it's only that part.
Curious.
Probably got multiple. Strawberry letter.
I'm curious on something. Okay, so which texture is here?
Definitely the top right one.
It's this one?
I think so, yeah.
Actually, this is probably the better way to see it. Yep, it's this one. Because you can see the splatter now.
It's upside down. But yeah.
Oh, actually, I need to look at the textures properties.
Fun.
Translucent, okay. When it's a cube map, okay. Sometimes models will use the alpha of a texture in different ways, and so I wanted to see how it was using it. This one, I think the texture is less important than the alpha. So, there it is. So we're gonna go to channel alpha. Okay, and I'm gonna see if we can just do blah and then move the grid pattern. I wonder if it's smart enough to figure that out. I'm gonna guess not.
I should say remove the grid.
Yeah, it had no idea. Oh, wait. Yeah, it had no idea what I'm asking it to do. Oh, it was...
Probably got to word it differently.
No, it was doing it to this. Though I have to admit, it looked at the other stuff and said, oh,
Yeah,
it just created other breaks in the glass.
I did.
It didn't do my alpha grid. I don't know if I could... Can I tell it to do it from the alpha layer?
Photoshop is a mysterious beast.
I'm curious. Knowing what the limitations of this stuff are, actually, it did kind of remove the grid.
Can't you just tell it to make you a dirty glass pane? And just use that.
Actually, yeah, that's probably a good one. Okay, so it didn't.
Kind of got rid of the grid.
No, I would say it actually didn't do bad, but I need to have gone from this, and it didn't. Doesn't look as clear, but okay.
Just erase the whole thing. Tell it to make a dirty glass pane and use that.
No, you can just say it from any area. So I'm gonna say this has the edge bits too. So it gets a little weird when you ask it to do like full thing replacements. It's really good at having it do edits. Generating completely from scratch, it is fucking stupid.
Tell it to make two mares kissing. No, that's not how you spell mares.
I had it try to make horses, like MLP horses, and it got really weird. It had no idea what I was talking about. Well, again, creating things from scratch, it wasn't very good.
How did it end up making broken again?
It's
looking at everything around it.
It's looking at stuff around it.
You're gonna have to get rid of everything around it. Oh, is it just?
You know what? Sure. Apparently it doesn't let me just do that, so I'm just gonna do this. All right, we'll try your method. Hold on.
All my thoughts are.
Okay. Now I'll do it.
I tell my AI programs to make horses, and they make horses.
Yours is specifically for horses.
I think it should be.
I said a Palin. I have no.
Palin?
It's like
The heck is a Palin?
I'm typing in a language it doesn't understand. Okay.
It's like, okay, I got that one. is not. No.
It's closer. Again, it's really stupid when you say from scratch. It's great if it has context.
He gave you dirty glass pane. All those are garbage.
That's not
Feels like
bad though.
not great either.
No, it's not about what it is, it's what it could be.
Maybe you're disappointed that he didn't try to type in two bears kissing.
Because it probably would have told me no.
Don't know that. There's only one way to find out.
Okay, come on. Why can't I? Where's my controls for like size and stuff?
We'll be sad together, Chad. It's okay.
There we go. Okay, that'll work. But okay, so do it to there. It's got that like weird black border. I gotta figure where my line is. Okay. Your stomach's doing that thing again.
It is doing that thing again. It's because I don't eat for most of the day. Then I run upstairs, scarf down anything I can find, chug alcohol.
I didn't have time for anything. I came home and came right down here. I haven't even ate yet.
You haven't eaten?
I didn't have time.
I just. When did you have time?
Because I got home at like 5:30.
I got home after.
Yeah, and I had to set up.
I threw a bagel in and then put some ribs on top of it.
There's tons of potatoes in there.
Yeah.
There's like 3 times more potatoes than meat.
I want bread.
He's being Michael.
Bread.
Okay, so we're gonna go and
Eat some rib potatoes. Or no, bagel ribs.
I had a big lunch anyway, so I'm not too worried about it.
Remember last night, I didn't eat anything until pretty late, and then I just ate like some mac and cheese. My diet is forever improving.
Okay, I'll do that, and then
Missing a lot of the normal faces. I feel like we're missing some of the normal faces that are in chat. I haven't seen no Sir Edward, no Nolans.
don't need them.
What? Don't say that. They could be listening.
Okay, I don't actually need the alpha layer. If I
You're here. Yes, thank you, Ice.
yes,
happy
ice is
you're
here, so we're all good.
Good. Can't look at the ponies stuck behind the glass.
Okay. So I might need to invert this though. No. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong channel.
Nolan Silver came to my stream. Saying I know it's not a competition, but he totally came to my stream.
Where's my mouse? We'll just let's do it there. That's much better.
What? No. No, now nobody will come to the stream.
No, this is the Michael stream. This is not the non-Michael stream. And look at, hold on.
Yeah.
Boop.
No.
Boop, boop.
Derby, no. This is rude to boo ponies without their permission, sir.
Says you. What? Where's my
Booper.
we gotta grab this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna go over here.
Where you going?
Now we're gonna go boop this one.
No. Dave, no, booping the bones. He's getting all the boops. No, don't squeeze the booper. No, that's abuse. That's rude. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm back. Look at that.
I gotta move it back my way a little bit. I think I gotta reset that. So
does this work? No, you still have that turned off.
no, I turned that off because you're a butt.
Yeah, but still a time.
Okay. So white's gonna be the most see-through, which I feel like is not the right thing here.
Sound of AC.
That feels weird too.
The sound of AC.
I feel like the best thing to do with this, because I don't care enough, is to just give it like
Why don't you just
this.
why don't you just give it a texture of glass from the internet?
Nope. I think I'm just gonna give it this,
Okay.
and I will show you why. I need to make sure that this isn't gonna bother me. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna say save a copy. This is gonna be gray. I don't even care. It's
I think I need another drink.
it's been like 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, this one ran out.
Yeah.
During my stream last night, I just took a whole bottle of wine in my room with me. It was pretty strong, too.
There was a couple times where I literally heard you just scream. So one of them was like you screamed like a little girl. There was high pitch.
Oh, yeah, because I had like a cup of roll that was super important, but I had only like a 17% chance to get it. And I got it, and I definitely screamed like a little girl because I was so excited. Ended up being a good detective on sheer luck. Oh no. It's very reflective.
Now it's very black.
Yes.
A bit of a,
It's hard to tell if it's straight, if it's not straight, or if the door is just so wonky. It's hard. I can't really say. Question: how'd you get the Ponyville map?
if you're talking about the one from like the naysayer one or the tractor one, it's not a map. It's a scene build. It is.
If that existed as a map, that'd be amazing.
I took.
Really, you know what I wish they would release is Legends of Equestria. Release some of those maps.
So I took, if it's here. So I took these models, and they're essentially the Disco Pairs models. And what's this? Is this new? Oh, this is fairly new. So like maps like this exist, but the problem with a lot of these maps is that the lighting is way too bright. You really can't control any of it. And the main thing that bothers me is all of this is just green. It's just grass. No, there should be like dirt where the paths where people walk the most.
Dirt roads.
So that's what bugged me the most.
And only one bridge goes across that river?
I
One?
don't think there's 3 of them they had in that one.
Well, yeah, I know, because that's what I was being angry about.
So it's not. I think it's in here.
It's 5 Nights at Freddy's. How are they still doing 5 Nights at Freddy pony models? There's so many.
There was a map, and I need to see if it still exists.
You need to go download that derpy.
I'm not seeing it anymore. It used to be an old map. It was like Ponyville 2000 or something, and it was kind of rustic and gray and whatever. But so it didn't really work for most things, but it had dirt road paths through things. So I essentially took that map, brought it in a hammer, removed all the buildings, and exported it. So it's a custom map that is essentially just that map with all the buildings, all the dirt paths everywhere. And then I just manually placed the buildings down where I needed them to go. I put the grass down myself. I put the fences down myself. So there's no real map, but it also means that everything's out there that you would need to do it. It would just take some time.
Nolan, what are you doing here?
That's to stab you.
Good.
No, so what I'm going to do with this glass is I'm just going to go... Oh, it's already over here. And see if this works. Sometimes it doesn't. We're going to add alpha, and we're going to set to like 0.1. That actually did better than I thought it was going to. There. It's just slightly darker.
I'll fall asleep again.
Yeah.
How's Nolan today?
Oh, there's a light up there.
Yes.
Ooh.
What you get for following Bugs Bunny around?
Do you have the custom map available to download? Again, it's not a map, it's a scene build, so it's not, I didn't like bring it in a blender with all the models and everything and then re-encode it. I just exported the map without the buildings, and then within SFM I loaded all the buildings and placed them where I need to. I don't even know if I have a single scene anymore exactly, because most of the time, to save on render, once the shots are developed and I've got everything figured out, I delete all the buildings that aren't visible. So it's really like a combination of a bunch of different shots. Thank you very much, JC. Unga de Bunga Dorf Batman. 2 more months to 4 years. That's yeah, it is 46. Holy crap! You were definitely, I think, the highest number. I don't know of anybody else that's got what you have. Oh my god! Cheers to you, gentlemen, and chat. Y'all's been pretty flippin' radical. I've been radical. You've been flippin'. Well, I've also been pretty. I'll take pretty and radical.
I'm beautiful.
I'll take flippin' too. You can actually take none of it.
Can I be gentleman?
You can be gentleman.
Yeah, which means you're a piece of crap. I'm a gentleman. Don't get
sitting with the buildings and the hammer. Is that a new map? Yes, it's a new map, but it's a new map with no buildings on it. It's literally just flat ground. And it has some problems because of things I accidentally deleted and I just didn't care.
I want Batman. What am I doing? I'm Batman.
No, you can be Unga Bunga.
You're Unga Bunga. I'm Batman. You get to be dwarf.
You can be gentleman flip and so pretty radical.
I'm flipping Batman.
Give me another beer.
Not for another 4 minutes.
Actually, I think there's still a peanut butter stout downstairs.
You want that?
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
So I just take the empty map. I just need a map to place things down.
Ask me.
I have to look into it because when I modify somebody else's work, it's a little. I'm a little hesitant to distribute because somebody else did that work and I poked at it. But we'll see. Let me fix this light here and then let me see if I even remember what map it is. So yes, what I want to do. I want to do Uber Light. And
I've given up on being sober. Here can.
On.
That's.
Oh no, there's actually a decent amount left in there. So. No, I know there is actually some people within the SFM community that are actually very defensive if you modify their models in like any way. I had one of them I used once that said like, you are not allowed to retexture. And I was like, to hell I'm not. like if I'm going to do it for my own personal use and I want to make the eyes blue, I'm going to make the eyes blue. Like, you can do, what are you gonna do, sue me? Like, you can't really stop that. There's ethical and moral questions on some of the ways that you can use things, but like, you can't really tell me that I can't do that. So yeah. If you're providing for free, which is awesome, great. I appreciate the people that put the effort into it, but some of the models, like without modification, sometimes are actually not usable. And it's not their fault. A lot of them are amateurs. They're learning, they're getting better, and they're improving. Hell, the people that originally just started modeling on day one with SFM compared to where they are now and what they know, night and day. Like, and it's all because they took the time to learn. So it's just some people are still in that earlier stage. So I can put. Ugh. Oh, this is really thin. This might not work very well. Feels like the original character do not steal moment. Well, kind of. That would be like if somebody had made that OC, gave it to people, but said don't touch. You can only use it in my specific whatever ways. That is understandable in some situations. Like if you bought a certain product and somebody had an image to maintain with it, and you were using it for publicational in a marketing sense, they might state that you can only use it in certain ways because they want to make sure that their image is maintained. That's not really a thing here. So. This is really Uber. Okay, so that light can be improved. Actually, can I? I'm gonna have to cut on, actually. I don't want that light hit, mainly because the light shouldn't really be lit from the top. It should be lit from the bottom. So this is probably like things that I shouldn't be thinking about now. I should be thinking about later. Just putting time into it now. Sometimes it changes kind of what the questions are, or what you'll go forward with. Yeah, peanut butter stout. Milk stout. Ah, I've seen those before. Ooh, and nitro too. Is it? I don't hear the ball. Good to go from the can.
Shook up my can.
No, it's a nitro. They don't matter.
Yeah.
I could shake this up as much as I want and it'll do nothing. No, nitro from a can. Nitro is kind of weird, but in most nitros, you should be able to do it like this and then open it immediately and not have a problem, because you're supposed to be able to. So that's normal. You're supposed to normally, for a nitro, you open the can and then pour it hard into a glass, not like on the edge to keep bubbles down. You actually want to pour it as hard as you can because you want to stir up bubbles. They're just such tiny bubbles that they can't build up. Nitros are awesome. One of my favorite stouts is still Guinness coffee stout. It's a nitro because it's like super cheap. It's like $8 for 4 cans, the big ones, which is pretty cheap, and they're good. They're actually pretty good. Oh, it smells like peanut butter. How did Trixie get in there?
She climbed. She went to the slot.
She went to the coin slot.
The coin slot. Wow.
She went, and then she went in.
I get the idea that she managed to get the door open. and somehow one other
No, I like the idea that she
just crawled up through there, and then then the little like
Well, no, my
flows back.
my favorite question is, well, she crawled up to there. Okay, then how'd she turn around?
She's been in there a while,
She went in backwards.
maneuvering. She wanted those Lay's chips, and they were all the way at the top, and she couldn't afford them because they were $3. Starlight, that's outrageous. She's not gonna pay that.
Okay, so we need some kind of a concrete wall of something because I need to make a scene that they're standing in.
You don't have the inside of the high school or something.
It wouldn't matter. All you're looking at is a wall. If I load up a whole map, my render times and processing is going to be horrendous compared to just loading up a wall. You're talking about putting them like in a school?
Yeah, because it makes no sense they'd be in the School of Friendship. Like a faculty room.
Again, I'm not going to.
Just thinking of where this event would take place, and if I had to place it, be in the school.
It's not going to be able to provide. It's playing on a map that doesn't have.
Bunch of stuff.
Yeah, because I can actually run through it like this.
Three more days till I get my new graphics card. And I'm gonna.
I thought that was supposed to be Monday.
No.
Because, like, it has been delayed over a week.
4th or the 5th.
Wait, 3 days, but.
Yeah.
So I did check. If you use your old graphics card, you would probably run into issues. 1440, 60 FPS on Baldur's Gate 3, they recommended a 3060.
Or I probably would have to drop it to 1080. Or, yeah.
You probably wouldn't even really know it is, but it has DLSS, so that's actually with the 40 series. If they have DLSS 3, it'd be pretty nice. It's fine with a GPU or CPU. So SFM is kind of weird. It's old enough that most modern hardware is never fully utilized by the render. When I had a 5950, I was able to put SFM renders on like 8 cores of it, so I was only using 25% of the processor, and there was no difference in my render time. It's not like Blender and whatever where it can scale or it's updated to utilize modern hardware. So most of the time, you're better off having a faster CPU and a beefy GPU. It is kind of more CPU intensive from what I've seen. A bigger GPU helps, but it's going to be the same render times whether you're using like a 10 series or a 40 series graphics card. It's not going to matter. So SFM is nice in that because it's accessible, or it's accessible to anybody because hardware doesn't matter, but at the same time, it kind of sucks.
Very user friendly. Like animating in Blender's fine. Getting all the models and stuff, it's just not as well organized as Source, even all these years later. Like you actually have to go into the file and click the actual file name and everything, and then you have to have a pretty good idea already what it looks like.
So yeah, if you're like, I actually remember when I started SFM, I had a different laptop and it was like a 10 series, I think it was like a 1070 or whatever, and it had some difficulties running SFM, but it ran it okay. Now I have a 3060 laptop, and the laptop runs SFM no different than my PC, and I have a 3080 in here with a bigger processor. There's absolutely zero difference. I could run SFM equally on my laptop as my PC, and a 3060 on a laptop right now, you can get them for pretty cheap, and they're the lower end. So I know a lot of people use SFM on laptops over the years. They're not the greatest on rendering, but when it comes to just working on stuff, they're great. I mean, the problem is once you're done, where else are you gonna do? Oh, I just realized this is called the Snack Master.
Ooh, I like that.
She's the master of snacks. That is the face of Snack Master.
Snack Master. Yelsky.
Yeah, this is gonna be the last panel. Okay. Let's go search that wall again. There's a certain wall that I know would kind of work, but it'd be white. There's another one that I used in another video at one point that I think might be blue. But
maybe you could just use the inside of like sugar cube corner or something.
I could just load up.
If there's a pony map that doesn't have a huge like slowdown, a lot of a Ponyville architecture all looks the same from the inside, close up anyway, with the exception to the treehouse, though, obviously.
That work. Why don't we just use the classic? Hello, Alex. Why is there great and powerful snacksies? Because she was hungies.
Because it's the Hungries and chips.
She was hungry and cheaps.
Yes, chips were 3 bits.
She was cheap.
Twice as much as they used to be. And Trixie's not going to pay that.
Maybe I can't wait for the framework app to start shipping their 16 series out. Oh, maybe I can't use this map. It doesn't have HDR setting.
Everything's white.
Oh, come on. Okay, I might be able not even be able to find it. Okay, we'll load a different map. I was going to load CSGO or Counter-Strike's Office.
Oh, no.
But I don't have CSGO's Office. That's what I was hoping to find.
You should stick to Pony.
Let's see what this is. Yeah, Framework got some pretty cool stuff coming out. I'm glad to see that they're going to be coming out with some beefier stuff, but I like my laptop, but if I were to get a future laptop, yeah, I might do Framework.
I mean, the school would be perfect if it wasn't the fact that it makes your frames run for crap.
There's a certain angle at the school that will literally, if I look that direction, it crashes. I had to be close enough to it, but yeah, that you can't do that. The hell, this is not an office.
It's a very garbage map.
What is
With nothing in it except the same repeating garbage wall.
this is?
What's happening outside?
Oh, there's a background. It's like it's supposed to be an office. So, oh, what is on here? Ooh. Am I playing like Duke Nukem?
This
feels like Duke Nukem. Groovy.
Master.
Oh, this is like hallways from old Duke Nukem 3D, like 100%. But I used to make maps in it like years and years and years and years ago. That was like late 90s.
You know what? If they
That was so much fun.
if they haven't, I wish they had. You said groovy, and it made me think of
Groovy.
It made me think of Ash versus Evil Dead or whatever, Evil Dead. And if they did not have a mod to put Ash in Left 4 Dead, I am very upset right now. And he should only ever have 2 weapons, his chainsaw hand and a shotgun. And they're both equipped at all times.
I believe there was an Ash vs. Evil Dead game that came out.
It's just chainsawing and shotgunning everything.
Okay, that doesn't. Oh, yeah, Evil Dead the game. Because I think that got rated pretty good. Yeah, 73. I'd consider that.
Isn't it a Telltale game or something?
No, this is it's a over-the-top co-op PvP multiplayer action game.
Okay.
Yeah, it still had.
Chainsaw hand. It's all about that chainsaw hand.
I think he just dropped the mic on somebody. Yeah, that's a blood, but that's okay. Yeah, tree attacking. I don't know. Some of this is good or weird. No, Ash is in here.
He's in it, but I don't think he plays him.
I'm gonna guess you do. Yeah, there.
There's Ash, yeah.
What's in the workshop?
It's a single player missions, I think. That's all like 80s hair metal too. I was playing. Oh wow, they have a lot of VLCs that came with it, but okay, the one thing I kind of find sad with this is it's using his like Evil Dead probably 2 like age.
Yeah.
Where I kind like watching the Evil Dead TV series.
The Ash vs. Evil.
Even current Ash, I don't care what his age is. It's Ash. Like he could be 20, he could be 60. It's fine with me.
Nah, Bruce Campbell made that character ages regard. Like he was in his early 20s when he made the first one. You know, I saw what movies you got today. Beverly Hills Ninja.
Okay, so that one I got because it was $2. The other one I got,
Snakes
on the Plane, it was actually the color code of the day, so everything was half off for that color, so it was $1. Mm-hmm. And then the board game was also on the discount, so it was $1.50.
So which Evil Dead movies have you found?
I think
None of them.
no, I have the third one.
Third one, oh.
I have the best one.
Debatable.
It's the best one.
I think the second one's the best one.
No, I have not found the other ones.
Maybe just because I've watched the third one too many times and I'm just burnt out on it. But he has the chainsaw hand in the second one. And that's all. That's groovy. But I do enjoy watching the first one just because it's super young Bruce Campbell. And in the first one, he's not a prominent. He doesn't come across as the prominent character. He's just another one of the characters. He just happened to be one of only 2 characters that survived.
Does this wall work?
First one. No.
Or would you does this wall work? I like the stone because it's just kind of like in like a cheap office.
I like the stone, kinda, not the cinder blocks. That looks like they're in a basement.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm gonna be putting like other stuff in there. This is just gonna be a very small part of it.
Like a Ponyville.
No, I'm not.
Something.
It doesn't matter. I'm literally showing her in a vending machine, and you're like, "But what is her story? Where did she come from?"
I want to know the details.
Here's Alex.
Yeah.
You know what?
Man.
She's going in the brick.
Put them in the basement. These basement horses.
Yes, they're basement horses. It's okay as long as I can see their booper. Mm-hmm. Okay, I need to
squished in the glass.
I need to double check a couple things before I move them. Trixie, can I move you?
No, but and escape.
Her eyes.
Why are her eyes attached to her butt?
Because I'm grabbing her root transform, which is attached to that, so that kind of goes weird. I just need to make sure that I'm not, by unlocking something, breaking something. Was the question. So, all right, and that was fine. Actually, for the angle, I can probably use the wallet here because I get a little bit more space.
This floor is dirt.
You're not going to see the floor.
Oh my goodness.
So Michael, you can't see the floor.
Doesn't matter. I know.
Well, then you can
this
leave.
Is the crappiest building you've ever put any of them in.
Perfect.
Hey, what is this even for?
The map?
Yeah.
Its original intent, or this is called Manor Rooms. It's meant to just give people a bunch of rooms to use for stuff, and I've used it for a bunch of different things. But they have an outside that's just kind of like things, like a big whatever. So there's rooms in here, but then they kind of have these gaps around the rooms. So I'm just working off of the other side of that gap.
The size of the cinder blocks compared to the pony, they're like nearly the size of a pony. Like, that's not. Cinder blocks are supposed to be a single 1 or 2 people should be able to carry one. Those cinder blocks are big.
That's cool. You also know what? Don't give a shit. Ponies don't do cinder blocks. They do like hay and straw. Hay and straw. I had a stroke apparently.
Straw foundations. Ponyville's built
Curry floor.
Straw and mud foundations.
Repaired PB&J. I have peanut butter. Actually, I didn't know what I was drinking. I have. It's Revelations Ale Works, a peanut butter stout.
I thought about picking up a peanut butter stout, but I went with just the milk stout.
It's pretty good. It's a better peanut butter. There's definitely some that do a peanut butter that tastes like bad peanut butter. This is not a bad peanut butter.
I can guarantee you none of them is real peanut butter. Because I wouldn't even know where you would start without having crap tons of sediment.
Oh yeah, there's
not mixing properly.
Yeah, there's probably something weird with it during real peanut butter, but What is the
All
lighting
the
like in
oils
here?
alone would cause problems.
Okay, so there's the wall there. Okay, so now we need like a cabinet of some sort.
Basically, the break room.
Yeah, that's what you said to go with, so that's what I'm
Yeah,
going with.
yeah.
But you need like a little whatever like table there. Yeah, like that, right?
Yeah, that works.
Did you? There'd probably be no. Okay, there's a gap, but I need to sort of straighten that a bit more.
I have returned with a PB&J. I haven't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in a very long time.
Adam has them all the time.
Does he?
I'm okay with peanut butter and jelly, but it feels like there's just so much sugar in a sandwich.
Yes, it's a candy sandwich.
It's the best thing about it though is if you just need something that's quick, easy, and filling,
Yeah,
that'll do it. I would prefer remove the jelly, add banana. That's what I used to
I
have
had a
all the time.
coworker who always did peanut butter and Nutella. I'm like, you're just eating a Reese's cup for lunch.
But peanut butter and Nutella are like the same thing with just
They are
different.
not.
But they're just different nuts. But Nutella also has 3 times the sugar.
Yeah, and cocoa. It's essentially chocolate. Nutella's chocolate.
The texture alone, like if you don't have a liquid, you're gonna die.
Just 'cause it's gonna get all clogged up.
Yeah, it's like trying to do your laundry down the drain. Like you can't. Eventually, it's gonna clog.
What happened to my deep peanut butter sandwiches? He's dead now.
Like I used to have for lunch every day. I would take a piece of toast with a bunch of crunchy peanut butter and banana slices and chia seeds. Chia seeds to keep from the sticky banana on the top. Also, they're really good for you. But if I didn't have like a glass of milk with it,
Yeah.
I couldn't finish it. It was just so thick over time. But the milk would wash it all down.
That's why I always, when I had a peanut butter sandwich as a kid, I would just dip it in the chicken broth from my ramen. And it made it soft, and then you could eat it. And it made it warm, too, so it was extra tasty.
I think it would probably be tossed, but could you have this as a part two? Part 2 resumes with her still stuck inside the vending machine with the lights off, with her just saying hello. So when it comes to multi-parted anthology shorts, anything like that, I would verify with Jay first. He's having a short that requires like multiple parts, or at least that you provide multiple parts with the expectation that they're included. Sometimes it just doesn't work, like the returning bit. Like to me, something like that would work really well if it was the last short of the entire series, like that at the end, like the lights go off and she's still in there. But at that point, you probably even want like a third one, something in the middle, to make it so it's at least 1, 2, and then the end. Because if you go do that and it just doesn't, the first one doesn't hit well enough, it might make the last one not have the impact you want. But also, I don't want to make something that's like this only works if I have like the cornerstone time slot. So
Specify
maybe
that for me, Nancy. Does this thing have to be food? Because I've certainly eaten things that are not food. So, like, somebody has to be able to consider it food. Is that the line? Because if it's not, then, I mean, we get into rocks, we get into coins. Okay, food specifically. That really depends what you consider weird.
why does this keep going to the camera position?
Like I've eaten chicken livers, I've eaten python, which is kind of weird. I cook it in a chili sauce, but I don't think that's that weird. I think that's just not common. I've had kangaroo.
But see, no, you're saying what is the weirdest thing you've eaten? You're taking like an aspect of the food you've eaten.
Yeah, that's.
But like a dish you ordered, what was the whole thing?
What do you mean?
Like I'm guessing you didn't go and kill a kangaroo and then bring it home and like.
No, I ate kangaroo jerky.
Okay, there. See, that's what I'm looking for. Because otherwise, you could just like saying, like, well, I ate this one type of food. Well, where did you get it? What was it?
No, it's kangaroo
in the end?
jerky. Like the ramen and peanut butter thing, that was just something I did a lot as a kid because those were the two foods we had in the house: ramen and peanut butter, and we'd eat them together for lunch a lot with some crackers. And like a grilled cheese sandwich, how you dip it in your tomato soup. I was just doing that with my peanut butter sandwich and my ramen, and I grew to like it.
Something was broken in SFM before where the camera, it was where it was, but it visually was following me, and that was a glitch. So like I reset because normally if there's a glitch, it's gonna crash. So yeah. Anyway,
Is python like alligator? It's very chewy, similar to alligator. I'd say even chewier. It's hard to cook because it shrivels up really fast. I made it edible. I don't know that I cooked it well, but I cooked and ate it. I'm sure somebody else could have done a better job who actually knew what they were doing. You don't like alligator, I guess. I think alligator is okay. It's not great. I've had alligator a few times, but a lot of people have eaten alligator at some point or another.
there's a restaurant we went to when we were at in a friend's area. They're a little further south of here, and they had a restaurant there that had some very unique things. Like you'd order alligator and like some of those weird ones, but most of the stuff was always dry or meh. Like kind of the reason I think that we stick with like beef and chicken and whatnot is, I mean, for one, it's probably easier to cultivate compared to some, but also because they just taste better than a lot of the other crap that you can kill out and eat out there.
Any kind of reptile meat just, it dries up really fast when you try to cook it. It just,
well, because most predators aren't going to taste good. Because the way that their bodies and the meat and the way they're taking calories, if you want something to taste good, kill something that eats vegetables. So that's why you shouldn't be vegan.
Because people will eat you?
No, you probably taste delicious.
Yeah.
So.
I'm delicious. It was like really stringy and fatty pocket of chicken meat. Yeah, it's just... I don't dislike reptile meat, but it's just not something that would certainly not be my first choice in most cases. I was happy to try it, but past that, I'm not going to go seeking it out. I'll tell you what's good that isn't very common is bison or American buffalo or whatever.
It's beef but leaner.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's good, but like it depends on what you're getting.
I prefer it over beef.
Oh, if you're doing a burger, yeah. If you're doing a steak,
I don't know that I've ever had a steak. I've always had
steak
beef.
For a burger, there's a certain amount of fat that makes a burger good. For a steak, though, if you had a super lean steak, I feel like you might lose something. So I don't know about a steak, but for burgers,
it's really good. I'd like to try it sometime for sure. Bison steak sounds...
I'm thinking it sounds expensive.
Probably.
You
don't see it a lot.
You're talking like a $60-$70 steak at the minimum, probably.
Because when I was a kid, those things were still on the endangered species list, and almost the second they got off the endangered species list, they started showing up in grocery stores.
So, like when they're like, "We have made our first mammoth," and you're like, "It's only a matter of time."
Yes, so I get delicious mammoth.
Delicious mammoth.
It's my theory that they were one of the most delicious animals to ever exist, which is why they went extinct, because everybody ate them. Are delicious. That and the dodo bird. They could bring back the dodo bird, and I could have dodo for Thanksgiving. That is the future. That is the future I want.
So for our local Thanksgiving, anyway, we're gonna have 2 turkeys now. I'm gonna have turkeys because both me and Kyle work at the same place now. So the reason we do a Friendsgiving every year, and the main reason
would never let me cook his turkey.
Well, no, I think he might have it for his own purposes, but normally we do a Friendsgiving every year because, normally I still have family stuff. My work gives a free turkey for Thanksgiving every year, and I'm like, what the hell do I do with this turkey? So the decision was, let's do a Friendsgiving, and we'll just make the turkey and a whole Thanksgiving dinner and make use of it. But now Kyle works where I do, so we both get a turkey.
Turkeys aren't that hard to get.
No. Well, technically, we just walk out the back door.
Yeah.
It's not a big turkey, but...
There's a bunch of them. Killed them all.
I'm not going to kill 8 children
They won't be children by Thanksgiving. They'll be delicious.
We have a family of turkeys that hang out in our backyard probably every other day. It's a mother and 8 babies. And the babies got big.
Yeah, they did.
Like, they're probably like...
They're about 3/4 the size of their mom.
Yeah, they're probably about that big now. Like whatever. If they're adorable. Like, you know what? This camera's actually been
They're
pretty
still
good.
not as cute as, I want to say baby porch bunny, but baby porch bunny is a big bunny now.
Yeah, he got big. But it's all the marshmallows.
Still loves, yeah. Got diabetes.
You got die bunnies.
Only of them. You just gonna hold it up the camera. I saw you pass it.
No, I passed some different ones. I don't know if... Yeah, okay, that'll work. So it's a picture. So yes, if yeah, you guys can see it.
Kind of
It's... Oh, my green screen's on. Hold on. I was like, why is that transparent? Hold on, let me fix that. There's nothing that's green in the camera, so it's not gonna make it.
I feel like your phone makes the lawn look greener than it actually is.
It's actually pretty green.
No more rain.
I've had some random rain. Yeah, didn't even change anything turning out the green screen.
Oh, Alex. Going off
There we go.
turkeys.
No, see, we got
Those dots, they're turkeys.
the mama's right there, and then we got the babies. We'll get the babies.
She
I
got
think
she's a problem mom. She got like 8 babies. That's a lot of babies for a turkey. I think that's actually the most I've ever seen following a mom. Normally it's like 4 or 5. She got 8.
Yeah, every time I see them walk by, I count again because I'm always concerned that like one of them's going to disappear. But yeah, you can see.
But your yard's pretty good for them because they got fences on
Look at the
3
babies.
sides.
Okay, baby
Check
turkeys. Oh wait, I'm gonna zoom in. Oh, there's the mama.
Big mom. Oh, that was when they were a little smaller. They're actually much bigger now.
Yeah, this was probably 3 weeks ago, and when they're babies, they go fast.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I was counting. They're still at 8.
they like hanging out in the bird feeder. I noticed. They're like
Adopt the mega chickens. No, I'm not gonna adopt the mega chickens.
He talks about getting pets, but there's clearly like a whole like
I will adopt a pet
menagerie
once.
in the back.
Once everything with the basement is settled, and I feel like adding on a financial burden is okay. Sure.
But you already have turkeys and bunnies.
No, I need a kitty, but if I had to take a guess, it's going to be about 18 months before I'm financially stable. So it's going to be a while. So yeah.
You already got Adams. Pets.
I do see.
And you don't take care of
I just
Wow. What is good?
Water is so good. Oh, this is delicious.
Like it's what is that one character?
It's hot old dogs. It's backwards. Hot old dogs.
Creepy Dave. See that $1 for water? Ain't gonna find that anywhere anymore.
Not anymore. Well,
Which is ridiculous because it
No,
can't
if you-
be that expensive.
if you
Give
buy
you a bottle of
a pack of bottled water,
it's cheap.
it's definitely less than that.
Yeah.
But to buy a cold thing out of a vending machine, you're paying 100% the convenience. Plus, there is a man that goes and delivers that and installs it, so there is a fee cost to
There's
that.
a guy who puts it on the shelves too at the grocery store. What's your point?
I know he brings the whole thing out though.
He brings a lot of the whole things out.
I know, but then all the electricity to run it to make it cold. But also, like, if you're out somewhere and they're like, "You want some water?" Yeah, sure. You have to buy 18 of them. You're not going to do that. You're going to buy the one water because you want the cold
I
water.
tell you, I go to the store. You know how I do. I go to the store with the containers and just fill them up for like 86 cents a gallon.
Yeah, you can. But if you're at a mall and you're thirsty,
You bring your container with you.
no, you're too late. You're already there.
You brought it with you because you thought ahead.
Michael. You can't think now.
No, but I think about being cheap.
No, you don't.
What?
4-ounce bison ribeye packs are $112 on Omaha steaks. Bison's correct term for North America. Yes. For 8 ounce, that is pretty expensive for 8 ounce.
Yeah.
So you're talking like $30 for an 8 ounce steak. Okay, it depends. Are those like chonky boys or are those pretty thin?
8 ounces is 8 ounces.
Yeah, but if you like, you get because an 8 ounce steak, what you're talking like a thick one's like gonna be like that.
I would have to put 2 of those together just to feed myself.
No, I'm talking like. Yep, I did. I get the stupid face. Sorry, we made a conversation. But I'm talking like if it's a steak like that, like it's just not gonna look like much, but it's still gonna be pretty thick. Okay, yeah, we did get stupid face. Let me organize this stuff here so I can.
I tell you, it's been years, but when I went to the one place I got the python at, they also had rattlesnake, and you could buy a whole huge rattlesnake. And this was like early 2000s money I'm thinking back to, but even back then that thing was like $125 for a whole rattlesnake, and I'm just like, holy crap, that's a markup for a pest. Because we have rattlesnakes in Kentucky. They lived in the wild.
Picture doesn't look super thick, so it's probably going to be flattened. Because if you have a big thick steak, you can get that cooked to a good rare pretty easily and have like a really good cooked steak. If the thinner it gets, the harder it is to get a good cook, because as soon as the thinner it gets, it's gonna, even if you try to get the outside like just a good sear and slightly cooked, you might already be the inside past where you want it. So a good thick steak is going to be where you can get the really good, nice,
char
good
on the
rare
outside, but still pink in the middle.
Yes, where you can get the mouillard and the pink in the middle.
Yeah.
Where with a thin steak, you're gonna have one or the other.
Yeah, you can't really do both though easily.
So the big thick steaks are the only time you can really get a good steak. You can definitely make a pretty decent steak on thinner ones, but you're better than the other one. Anyway, I need a horse. What are you gonna do for stupid face?
Horse is amazing.
That's not any of these two.
Yes. Well, those two are adorable.
Well, they're saying that. I'm just gonna do a quick.
No burpees. She give her choo-choo train, and then she can be on the ground. And no, Derby, get out! Not again. Derby will save you.
This is the third time this week.
She didn't even want snacks. Somebody told her that there was magic in there.
No, they said the electricity was delicious. No, it's just she's looking like it. She's like, how did you get out of there, hair? Come back here. My hair's escaping.
It's like, go get help, hair.
Does anybody have some Skittles? Don't be hungry. Apparently, I heard that they have, they're making mustard Skittles.
I'm trying to think if that would actually be good for anything.
Yeah. Limited edition mustard Skittles. I read it on an article. That is not the face you'd be making.
She did not eat that after that shot.
No, that's probably lemon. No, I don't want to plan for delicious meals. Bite-sized candies, yes.
I can't think of any scenario in which that would be good. I love mustard, but no.
Okay, lady, if you're like, you know what I want to do today? I want to go sit in a blow-up pool, but don't fill it with water. I'm allergic to water. Fill it with air bubbles only. I like air. And get me some mustard, but in a biteable form.
I feel like that's
what?
I feel like that's a snack that caters directly to like YouTube, like streamers.
No, this is
eat them in a stream and their followers watch.
This is a thing that they made for the purpose of what?
Yes.
If they came out with like Heinz ketchup Skittles,
no,
because then you can make a brat. You like sprinkle your Skittles on there, and then you need the relish Skittles and the sauerkraut Skittles, and then
Just mix them together and toss them in your mouth. You don't have to do this.
Just get some brat Skittles and we're good.
Yeah, good. No.
I had once had it was a drink that said it was a sparkling water that was eggnog flavored. The worst part about it was it tasted like it said. It tasted like eggnog.
But eggnog's already a liquid.
But take eggnog in the texture of water.
No.
Carbonated.
No.
It does not work. Your brain refused to accept it. It was disgusting because it was too accurate.
Eggnog is only enjoyable because it falls into that like thickness that makes you almost feel like you're eating something at the same time as drinking something.
Baja Blast hot dogs. That's also kind of stupid, but I also thought like McGriddles would be bad, and I like them.
They are nasty.
They are nasty. I've agreed. I have 100% agreed with you before that they're nasty, but I love them.
No,
I hate them, but they're amazing.
It's just too much.
Was there a horse? I saw Derp Snacks, but I don't know if anybody come up with a horse. I need a horse. What we're gonna do with face for?
You gotta find a cute horse that you haven't used in a while. The Fuffle was a good.
Where can you buy these?
Stores. Old Bay. Actually,
where do you go? Where do you is a McCormick?
Yeah, like any Walmart.
You're not gonna find them there. No, like, is there a McCormick location?
No, I guarantee you, all the Mimi stuff ends up at Walmart. All the Mimi stuff.
Because I kind of want to get these.
If I'm at Walmart and I see them, I will buy you some.
CNN tasting table. Oh, here we go. How to get your hands on French's limited edition Skittles. Okay, as with most articles, you go to the end because that's the only time they actually tell you things.
Look at all the ads first.
I'll actually do this. Oh, here we go.
700 luck. All it's limited to like 700 lucky fans will refuse.
No, that's if they want a free one.
Oh, okay.
Combines French tangy mustard with Skittles' iconic chewy texture. No, that is not a good sentence.
Chewy mustard. We could just put some like beads of mustard out on the countertop. When they harden, I can give them to you.
Yeah, you have to win it online. Or one of 3 pop-up events, which is in Atlanta, Washington, D.C., and New York. And, they're coming up right now. So if you are in... Okay, this one's passed. But if you're in D.C., they're doing it tomorrow. And then for New York City, it's on the 5th.
We got to get going.
Yeah.
We want to get those mustard Skittles. So we can do it half the people.
Why are they doing it limited edition? Sell it to everybody. Well, actually, they're probably doing it because if everybody just bought them from a store, they would think they're disgusting. If you won them and then you thought they were disgusting, you'd at least be like, I was a part of something special.
If I won them, I'd put them online for $100 because I know a streamer would buy them so they could eat them in front of their audience.
No, so why I would want them isn't to just eat them. It's to see if it work on other food. So like, what if you had a burger with mustard Skittles in it? What if you had a brat with mustard Skittles on it? What if you had chicken nuggets with mustard Skittles?
Put the mustard Skittle inside the chicken nugget, then we'll talk.
Have a plate of Dino Nuggies.
Yes.
And randomly place a cut like.
No, put their eyes in.
You know how you remember Bean Boozled?
Yes.
Do something like that.
Just have one
with
Skittle
mustard
with
Skittles.
a mustard Skittle.
Like have some where you put like different other things in there, but then like randomly have that one that has the mustard Skittle. Yeah, that would work.
Mustard Skittle wouldn't bother me nearly as much as the spoiled milk jelly bean did.
Yeah, that's what I think. You can do something like that. What's the Kieran doing? Is there like 1 to 3 words as to what we're having the Kieran do?
What's the Kieran doing?
What's Kieran do?
You could like have a table with a big old steak on it, and she's just like looking up at the steak like a dog who really wants to eat that steak, but she can't because it's gonna get in trouble. That's not really an animation or a pose or anything. That's just her staring at a steak on a table. But that's not that interesting. Unless she gets.
I think you're trying to like. Do Karens eat meat? I feel like I'm asking you like you're an expert, but you're not.
I mean, I would say maybe. That's definitely a maybe. If there is a horse that eats meat, it would be Kieran's, because they're like half dragon. No, you shouldn't even have that model. You should not. That is lewd.
Because she has udders.
Yes.
I think I downloaded that. It was one of those when I was trying to get my organizing script set up, it was one of those models that was out around that time. There she goes.
Oh, poor cow. What happened to his face?
I don't know why it ate his face and not the rest.
Yeah, it just ate his face and left.
All the faces.
Just face eating.
Well, this one's with the fluffies. Creature cow.
Creature cow.
Cow.
Mm.
And then more. This is
Hey, no. I am the great mighty Moo.
who is amazing. Mo.
No.
Mo. Okay, so we have cow.
Gonna make a shipping.
Is that a
video.
cow?
It's a type of cow.
Was that? Oh, wait, I thought you were talking about eating.
What? She's gonna try to eat that cow.
That's what you were wanting at first, but I mean,
she gonna attack that cow.
no, I mean, apparently now you want shipping, so.
She kissed the cow on the nose. I have to get Giz in here. He will approve. Like kiss the cow. Kiss the cow.
Yes.
Kiss the cow. Chicka cow.
Chicka cow.
Kiss the cow.
It's like
Fun. So I assume dragons eat meat, though I doubt Spike ever did. Because of his upbringing, I don't think the ponies would have let him.
He survived mostly on
Gems.
just gems anyway. If he's able to eat gems and they are sustaining in some way, I'm pretty sure they have more nutrition than a steak would. So do you know why she's doing the nuzzle?
Imagine that's a little.
Oh no, it's because cow.
Oh no, he's on fire.
It's because she's got fire powers.
She's got fire powers. So she nuzzles things and then they just burst into flames because of her fire.
And now he's like, oh no.
Giz would not approve.
Like I guess it's so he's,
Oh, and Giz just wandering here. So badly
so
right
he's-
now.
I think it's his family night. Okay, good.
He's just watching. He just happens to be watching you. Like, no, not the move. Bread. I need bread. What is happening?
I just have a ton of stuff.
Spike has a crystal addiction.
Probably.
It is implied that dragons mostly eat gems, but it does kind of show them eating other food as well. Or at least Spike eats other food. Gems are just the equivalent of like their cake. Though I think it is kind of implied that in the Dragonlands they mostly just eat gems because there isn't anything else. Probably needs to cook gems. No, eat a big sandwich.
I love when you're like, I can definitely tell you're not paying attention, and I've been just working on this, and then suddenly out of nowhere you're like, no.
I look over and eat a sandwich now. She give a kiss on the nose and then just bursts into flames and summons giant slabs of bread. These are Kieran powers that they don't talk about very often. Behold my Kieran powers. Bread from the heavens. Oh,
Bread for the heavens.
God doesn't even know what's happening. It's just like, no. Sunset, you should have kept forgetting. And hello, Sir Edward. This Kieran used her Kieran powers to set this cow on fire and then summon bread from the heavens. And look at her, she's a little happy about it. He's going blep. I'll make it blep. She's like, taste the moose. Maybe the gems are all meth and instead of energy and nutrients. All the dragons are alive because the meth keeps their hearts going. Maybe. Sounds like... No. Cow's delicious. It did kind of show that Kieran do have sharp teeth. So I think that kind of implies they're meat eaters. Like, does she have sharp teeth in this or on her model or no? It might have not gone into that level of detail. I know the transform state does. I would guess omnivores. I doubt they would stick to just one or the other.
It's like, oh, cow. It's better if you do it like this, because
You're like, no, no, I don't want to be careful.
I forgot the hoops were moving. It makes it so much better.
No, he's too fluffy for this. So dumb.
Oh, I don't think I can actually open the mouth. Oh no! So what do you say, cow? Moo. What do you say? Mo. Mo mo. Mo mo mo.
Bleeding.
Le mo.
Oh no, he's French. And he has to burn.
I shall not die. On toast, bring me baguette. Le mo.
Lim.
Le mo.
It's super hard.
Le mo.
It's very demanding for food.
Lemmo.
Limus ra.
Viva le resismo. And then it
Oh
become.
my goodness. And look, it's all your favorite McDonald's burgers. Oh. Thank you, Sir Edward, for that wonderful quote. Oh no, he's French. I want that. That's how burgers are made. You're like, no, I don't want to be burger. The 400th quote. Look at that.
Oh wow! I didn't even realize we were that high. Jeez. Considering I think we crashed last time at like 180, 190. I don't even think we got to 200 last time.
And hey, 20 of them are actually funny.
I can't remember all the quotes.
I can't
Okay, there we
remember
go.
any of them.
Okay,
More fun
so
than a way to forget.
okay, there we go, Michael. Okay, so there was. He's like, no, no, Oh, no, I shall fight back. Viva le moo!
No, just and he's dun burger. Just a delicious burger. As soon as he turns into burger, she just like jump on the burger. Just like with all of her hooves fanned out, just to pop the burger, and it's just like my burger.
I'm gonna do this immensely cheap though.
Just perfect.
There, she's like burger.
Burger.
Maybe. Okay, well, what do you gotta do there? It's gotta like end quick. I like. It's the most consistent burger. This is what somebody is. When I'm excited for burger, and like, hey, you guys want some Wendy's? Then I'm like, yes. But then she's like, you know what? Maybe there should be cow, but no, there should be burger.
Some burger.
I approve of the black T-shirt. Black T-shirt. He's wearing
My T-shirt. It's very.
Hey, Michael, I think
very
it's the
dark
first
gray.
time I've seen you in a shirt that didn't have buttons. He's doing that because it's been warm.
It's been very warm.
And then I went to work today and I had a long sleeve shirt
did,
on. And
and
he's like,
yeah.
why are you wearing a long sleeve shirt? Because I work in an office and I'm trying to like not wear like that.
I look nice.
And our work used to have pretty strict rules as to what we could wear or not. Not so much anymore. They after the pandemic was kind of slowed down a lot. They came out and said, like, people were asking, what's the dress code now? And they said, And so they said, dress for what you need to do for your day. If you're going to be in front of a customer, dress nice. If you're just going to be at the office, wear jeans, t-shirt. We don't care. Yeah. It's not, just don't be offensive. Thankfully it's nice, but I still wear always a long sleeve shirt of some sort. So
Hot day like this though.
but
I get the
I was comfortable. I was comfortable all day today because it was inside. Me and Kyle went for a walk outside for a while though, and it wasn't that bad.
My boss, he fights with us about the temperature. He wants to keep it at like 76. And I'm just like, dude, that's warm.
I did the math. Like every time our air conditioner turns on, it costs about 15 cents. So
Here? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So like if we have a day that is running every 5 minutes, that adds up really quick. So that's why I want to try to keep it where we're not running too much. Just why I want to try to get the air conditioning upstairs. I forgot I need to turn the fan back on to run constant. But our basement is, we need more vents. Good, bring the air back upstairs.
AC is expensive. Heating is more expensive, but AC is expensive.
The drywall people, I requested a call before. Then I said, "Hey, you guys didn't respond." So they said, "Text me." So I sent them a text. Then sent them a follow up saying, "Why? Can you please respond?" Still haven't responded. So I sent in a quote request to a whole other company.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
Maybe they didn't like you.
I got a call today about scheduling flooring. I can't schedule flooring until the walls are done, and I can't do the lighting until the walls are done. So I have multiple things that need to be done, and I can't do any of them
You
until.
didn't install it. Do you still want to install that other AC outlet
Which one?
on the far wall? You said
Oh yeah, we'll need to do that, but that one can be done like.
you should do that before you do the wall, so that they can have it in place when they put the wall up.
Yeah, that was the intent.
Okay.
But that one can be done anytime. I had the wire.
Okay.
All you have to do is.
Do you have
The problem is the one of them is still in a metal conduit.
So
We have to remove the metal conduit.
Yeah.
The ones coming down are fine. The ones going across aren't. They can't put it through a wood beam as it is. So we'll have to remove the metal conduit and replace that.
yeah.
Because I don't think it's going to be to code. We're using the wire through the conduit without the conduit.
Probably the wire's fine inside the conduit.
But also, more than likely, they're not grounded.
They should be.
No, it's not, because the conduit's grounded. So if you have a grounded, you have to replace the wire with a grounded wire and then attach that wire to the conduit. So we'd have to get new wire. No, you need new wire. You can't just use like the wire that was there from like 1960. That's not the code anymore.
Codes are for cheaters.
No, it's one thing if we're doing everything, but we're going to have somebody else come in afterwards, and they might not want to play with wiring that's not to code. So
Yeah.
I'd rather make sure it's all fine. Okay.
Michael, I recommend you add a brown fedora, very snazzy look. I do have a fedora, but it's very small, and I got it because it was funny.
I have one. It's called headphones.
That's a fedora?
It's my fedora. Don't make fun of my fedora.
I No, I bought a fedora because I just joined early in the fandom because I thought it would be funny to actually wear the one.
You were like, all I have to say is "milady," and I get all the ladies.
Yeah, I thought that's how it worked, and I was right, and I got all the ladies.
You did,
But yeah, you just missed it. Or just
I did.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what, when I joined the My Little Pony fandom, I thought for sure, like, it's mostly gonna be girls there, right? I'm gonna find like
They're not called
girls.
bronies for.
Well, like I thought My Little Pony, lots of girls, and then we'll have something in common with My Little Pony because they like ponies and I like.
Wait, so did you join the fandom because cute horses, or did you join because?
I joined because of cute horses, but then I thought that cute horses would attract cute girls, but it turns out that's not true at all.
You are very wrong.
Yeah, go figure. I don't know what girls like. Apparently not ponies.
Money.
Yeah. Like, I get the demographic for ponies is supposed to be girls, but I'm pretty sure they don't like them that much. They don't even have them on store shelves anymore. No idea what girls like. Maybe that's why I'm like here instead.
I don't know that's the worst to you or me.
I don't know. I'm not saying anything about you.
I have no idea anything about girls. So you know what? I'm just gonna hang out with you instead. Is that okay?
Yeah. I mean, when you're out of options.
I am.
You're planning.
Hello, last resort. How are you?
All the ladies were asking me to go out. I was in the women's restroom. I like that. That's a funny joke.
That's creepy.
Get out.
All right, I'm gonna go use the restroom quick.
Oh.
Normally, if I have dinner, it'd be different, but the liquid goes right through you. Do you need more booze?
I do.
What do you need?
Just give me another one of those. You can grab one too if you want. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I gotta go upstairs.
Yeah, you gotta go upstairs.
Don't you be like,
What?
oh, you don't have to go upstairs, but now you're like,
No, you need to go upstairs. What? I'm adjusting my seat. Go upstairs. If he's in your room, they're gonna be killed.
Asked she derp take.
Her hair. I found her hair. One body. Ew. What? Just as you left.
That's actually more than you've done before, so.
It always scares the crap out of me. I'm afraid it's gonna go everywhere. Shook it.
What happened to Derpy's hair? And her wings? Why'd you hurt Derpy? See, I'm not hurting Derpy.
I just didn't have time to fix it before you came back. You're fine.
This is the other model, so it's not going to quite match up the same. But okay. I don't know why Derpy's like, oh no,
I don't know that guy either.
my eyes are cut.
No.
But no, I'm like, I went out the door and I took 2 steps up, then I turned around to come back down, and I see him start to lean forward. Then he looks back, he's like, I'm adjusting my chair. What?
What do you want?
Like, no, that was definitely not adjusting. Oh, that's definitely Belgian. Okay.
On him for the derbies.
Oh yes, thank you very much for the derpy spits. Another great moment of Michael doing absolutely nothing other than peacefully talking to chat, not messing with anything other than the SFM realm. Nothing within the SFM
I
realm.
didn't do this. It was always like this. That's what you were doing from the beginning.
Yeah, I bet. Actually, hold on. Let's go back through what his progress was. Okay. Well, it's standard. Okay, nothing special. Though you put him in background models. That's. Oh, you're trying to hide him quick. I see. Wait, what? Why was Derbu's here? Then she's here. Okay, she's all over the place. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna help, but it's worth a shot. I need some help on ponies and SFM. How do I close the wings on a pony model? I have a tutorial on how to open them, and essentially it's the same thing. Between opening and shutting, it's the same thing. The whole difference is just about where you might position the models or how you might whatever. But it's essentially that the wings have an open and shut, but you really can't transition between them without changing shots, which early fandom, that was kind of actually how you had to do it. You had to like cut the shot to make it work. Now there is a script if you don't have it.
Sorry, word. I feel like society is very broken when girls can be like fall in love with something, but if guys love the same thing, then they're weird and it's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And society broke people.
I think it's this one. I think it's this one because that's the picture I remember. Yeah, maybe they updated it or something, but this is a script that you add as a rig. So that you say, let's say the cabinet, you say rig, load rig script, and then you open up this rig script. It doesn't load a rig. Instead, it's just attaching a script to a model. And what it will do is it will create sliders for body groups, which means that now within the same shot you can use a slider to change within. So like say for instance Trixie here, is she locked? No, she's not. You can't do it if it's locked. Let's say you load rig. I already have it in here set up scan body groups animation. You load that in and now you're going to see body groups. And what this means is, I don't know if this model actually has any. They should actually hear with the horn on this one's. There it is. It means that. Oh no, actually, this one.
Am I wrong, or did our faces turn to mush on the camera?
What?
Our faces look like mush on the camera. I don't know.
Our faces?
Yeah.
Oh, our faces are fine.
Okay. I don't know. It's just tiny, I guess.
It's tiny. No, it's. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, look good. I think I'm just my.
Did you do
very
some?
smudged.
Okay, maybe. All right, see you later, Ice. Thanks for popping in. So I think tail you can do that. Which is the ones on here that I can actually shut off? Oh, there's one. Okay. So on a model that has wings, you can then go back and forth essentially between on and off with the slider. It's not, you can't really do a transition because, as you can see with here, it does absolutely nothing until I hit the very end. And it goes to flip it. So this, it doesn't do a transition. It's literally one or the other. What you can do then is you animate with the wings closed, animate them opening. So like grab the whole wing and or I guess for closing it'd be the other way around, is grab the open wing and try to squeeze it down to what you would think looks like a closed position. Then switch to the closed wing and open it all the way and basically have it so that both the models look like they're closing together. And at the same time, it's not going to look right for some half of those because open's not meant to be closed, closed not meant to be open. But then halfway through that transition, just change the body groups to the open or closed, close or open. The motion blur of that motion will normally hide any transition and it'll look like you just opened or shut. So you're going to rely on motion blur. If you're not using motion blur, you can usually still kind of get away with it, but it may be a little bit more obvious.
Oh, no one's ghost hacks.
Sonic Curry is also mushy, guess. Michael needs to have some free time.
Some free time? For what?
For doing Ghost Curry. Or not Ghost Curry. Sonic Curry.
No, you gotta eat the Sonic Curry.
No, but we need to. Yeah, but I can't just eat it and have you not be there.
Of course I can be there. If you said you were gonna eat the Sonic Curry, I'd make time. Don't blame this on me.
Okay, I'm gonna do it Saturday at 11.
You know I'm busy Saturday.
See, but you said you'd make the time.
Actually, I'm not busy because Declan's mom is sick.
No,
So we can only do it Saturday at 11.
No, there's something. No, this is board game week.
What's that have to do with the morning?
Because we normally have to prep or do something. Or, like, I don't care enough. No, I want a nice full day because I have a feeling that people want to see it. So I actually want to set up the cameras and stuff. But I have full access to all my lights and stuff now.
People do want to see it. They've been wanting to see it for nearly 3 years now.
But what if we poured some ghost pepper in Sonic's eye?
Yeah, hopefully he'll probably scream. He's very sentient.
He's going to be the greenest Sonic.
He's gonna have some mold, and you're gonna have to eat it.
I don't think that stuff can mold.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. There's all the expiration dates in Japanese, so I have no clue.
Google it.
I need a ghost hack. Here's your ghost hack. Nolan, sometimes programs act outside of their programming. Code can appear that wasn't there before. This is referred to as the ghost within the machine. If enough code changes within the machine, the ghost can become apparent. And that can be the creation of a soul, a ghost soul, a machine ghost soul. You put that in a shell, Ghost in the Shell, anime. Ghost hacks.
You know those like keyword cloud diagrams where they do the bigger word? It's like you just like audibly did a keyword cloud diagram.
Yes. Ghost in the Machine, man.
I actually had a meeting today that I was invited to, and they're like, yeah, we need a certain system and we're unsure. We don't know what system to use, and we're thinking about using SharePoint. So they put me on this meeting. Like, so we want to discuss with you about putting a system in place. The whole meeting was them figuring out how to mitigate the need for any other system. And I literally sat there for an hour, and then at the end of it realized I don't need to do shit. I said it's been an hour today. The guy messaged me in a text message. So sorry about that. Like, I guess we didn't need you in any way possible. Like, Okay. Like, love my job.
Was there free donuts at least?
No. Though, since our work works off tallies, they're like, do you need a tally for the hours spent? I'm like, I'm just multitasking, whatever. But, like, I love it. Like, can you come to this meeting? We might have a new project that's going to take you tons and tons of hours. Oh, wait, no, kidding. Ha. If I have that happen at least a dozen times now.
Yeah.
How this happened, Trixie, is not how you get a promotion.
No, if Trixie got the promotion, then maybe she could afford the chips.
But it is how she gets.
Like Trixie definitely could have afforded those chips.
Well, it depends. What is she getting? Is she getting
the Lay's chips at the top? She had to get
is she getting chips or is she getting peanut butter crackers?
Why are they peanut butter crackers at the top? Because she shouldn't have had to climb all the way up in the machine if she just wanted peanut butter crackers.
Trixie is not a smart mayor.
You want them Lay's. What's the very top? What's the chips at the very top there? Do you want those? There's one.
There's uppercuts, sea salt and herb. I'm thinking that these are like standard. Yeah, they might be standard. There's
the horse butt.
Oh, those are
more rambles, barbecue rambles.
I don't think those are barbecue. I don't know what those are.
Definitely, they're supposed to be barbecue. They're making fun of a different chip.
Lay's.
No, not Lay's. That's not the Lay's logo. That's a different logo. It's mimicking like Grippos or something. Okay, that's definitely the Lay's logo. Why do you know logos so good?
I know Lay's. That could never be Lay's, except for it definitely is.
Lay's. Okay, well, we've learned something today. As a group.
No, just you. I don't know what that one is. That's still Lay's, but I don't know what this is.
Now, those are those little popcorn things, like the puff balls.
How is Lay's to Rambler or Lay's to Ramblers? How does that work? They have tittles.
Ooh, I'm need some tittles.
Or no. Okay, it is now. I'm like, wait, is it tittles or titties?
It's tittles. Get yourself some tittles, mustard flavor.
And I got some fish chips.
Shish chips.
And some graham dummy.
I like them.
And Mr. Porky's. Hops.
Zobbers.
Wait, no. Hop.
Wait. Oh, okay, they're hoppers. I thought maybe you said horpers.
No, it's hop scissors. Hop scissors. There's peppets.
Got some delicious peppets.
Bear. Oh, it's bear. Oh, it is still bear. Nick Pick. The Hopsters again. Nebula. Break Now. Folos.
Is that Rollos?
Give him credit. A lot of the jokes, because if you were to just look at this from like here, you would just go, "That's Lay's." You wouldn't really notice it. I think it's the intent. It's probably from some game. Mm-hmm. IT at their finest. Well, actually, that was engineers that I met with. They just had some issues that were progressing over time, and they wanted a place that they could like track them all. And one of the other guys is like, "We have an NC system. Why don't we just use that and change some priorities?" And it literally took them an hour to finalize the decision for that. That ended up, at the end of it, they're like, "Well, thank you for coming, Andrew." I'm like, "Well, I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. I am here to please." Oh, I didn't do shit. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad though, because the problem with making a system for people is as soon as you make a system, you have to manage that system, and I would rather have that list be small, not big. So. Trixie, there you go.
Today was super short. I just had to rewire an adaptive cable so that we could do frequency programming switches. So it took me like 20 minutes. That was most of my day. Today was slow.
Today was actually pretty busy for me. So I was. They wanted to make public a system that I really don't feel is ready to be made public because nobody's been trained on it. They're like, everybody can use it now. And we had a whole meeting before about scope of like, like, so who's going to use this product? And then somebody came in, they're like, this group. And I'm like, what? Like, that is 3 times bigger than what we anticipated. That doesn't work. And so I had a big other conversation like, nope, this is the scope, this small group. And then our boss that said that, when the system comes out, goes, all right, everybody, it's open for use. But it's only for that small group. Why are you telling everybody to? And so we're like, and I called one of the guys and I'm like, so I messaged him and said, is this a problem? And I get a call from him and I open the call and he doesn't say hello. He just says, yeah, I know. So the most dejected voice of like, yeah, we'll just do what we're told and we'll deal with it. I'm like, wonderful. I like my job, but it can sometimes be a bit frustrating trying to please certain managers.
It sounds like nobody else there could do your job, so.
I'm in a weird spot where I'm 2 departments rolled into one, because I'm IT and I'm quality, and nobody in quality knows how to do the IT, and nobody IT has the time to do the quality work. So literally they have me doing all this stuff that if I were to disappear, their systems would collapse because they're reliant on me running them. So like I basically have like knotted myself into a niche that they like can't get me out of now, which could suck because in terms of promotion it's difficult, but I really don't care. When I'm like, hey, can I get a promotion? They're like, okay. That was their answer. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I think it's weird in my job. My previous job, the quality was a different department from the people who repaired. You had the people who did the servicing, and then you had the people who would check their work to make sure everything was working properly. This job, I don't have that, so I'm both the repair or service and I'm the quality check. And so I'm checking my own work, and nobody else is actually checking it.
And that's only a problem if you're certified, because if you're certified and you say I am checking my own work. No. But if you're not certified, then there's nothing. There's no body ensuring it. Yeah,
I got to be super careful though, because the last thing we need is angry customers. But
look at the Ox game with Trixie model not showing. Which one? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but negotiating power, kind of. So it's good to build yourself to be important. But you don't want to build yourself to be unreplaceable, because if you're not replaceable, then if opportunities open above you, they're never going to put you in there because in doing so, they can't replace you. So you always want to show yourself to be important, qualified, and of value, but not irreplaceable. I've kind of put myself into, I wouldn't quite be irreplaceable, but it's because the only real room for me to grow within my current position is just titles within my current position until management. And I don't want to be manager. My boss is leaving. No, my boss is leaving in the next year. But I don't want his position because that doesn't interest me in any way. His job, their jobs are stupid.
If I found out that I could take my boss's job via a fencing tournament, I'd start practicing immediately.
But your boss's job is not too much. Like I would need to.
It's less than I do.
If I was going to go moving to my boss's job, I would need to significantly increase how much knowledge I have on certain things, because I know a lot of IT stuff, but I don't know as much of the quality stuff. So I'm kind of in a weird niche where I'm.
You learn on the job.
Not when you're manager.
You learn on the job.
No, because what do they do? The people that you're supposed to show what to do are going to teach you how to do your job.
No, you have shit tons of manuals laying out at absolutely everywhere that somebody wrote from the past.
A lot of these are like, I would have to get black belt certified, and I'm not.
Yeah, you got a lot of ninja classes.
No, it's a Six Sigma term. It's well, first you need to probably do green belt, then black belt.
That's definitely like karate classes.
It's like,
I feel like somebody who named these was really into karate class.
Nope, the Six Sigma black belt. Everything you know about Six Sigma certification,
Yeah.
Master black belt certification.
It's definitely a karate dude, though.
That's actually
Name
pretty.
knows.
It's only like $5,000 to do that. That's actually pretty cheap. I've had the opportunity to do green belt training, but I don't want it because then they're just gonna give me more work. So
I did. My boss does have a knack for. I don't know what the word for it is. He's good with customers. Where I'm very analytical in everything I do, he can be very personable, and I'm not very personable with customers. They ask for a thing, and I provide them the information for acquiring that thing. He can actually go like, so how are the kids? How's Jacob doing? Like, I'm never going to remember a customer's kid.
see, that is also the one thing I like about my job. I never, ever have to deal with an outside customer.
Yeah,
All my customers are internal.
that sounds nice.
Oh my God, switching to a job where I don't have external customers. And so by internal customers, it means that our organization has to still please and do work for other groups that are within the company. But all of the people that I have to do that work for are employed at the same place I am. It's just, instead of an external customer, the person that I have to please is within the company. But normally then you can be a lot more informal. You don't get these people pushing.
Yeah, right now I am actually dealing with a customer who's throwing a bit of a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
I'm having to deal with it.
An internal customer is not going to try to push you beyond your means to save money, because any money they save is going to be at the expense of the money of the company somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that benefit. I feel like Trixie's not getting enough underlight from this. Because I'm like... Is this shadowed? No, it's not. Because I feel like Trixie's a little dark. Which is the light from that side? That's that one. Oh, I just guessed it. Because I want to make it even. It's about having all the light be even and whatnot, but I still feel like she's kind of dark.
What I need for a video, Derpy's a worm, and and ask the doctor if he still loves her. So dumb.
That feels like that's from a comic.
It's like a meme. It's going around where it's like, if I was a worm, would you still love me?
If Derpy was a worm, would you still love her?
Well, she wouldn't be Derpy anymore. You wouldn't.
So if you turned into a worm, I could squish you.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Even if 5 minutes later you turn back.
No, just put me out of my worm misery.
But what if you were a worm, but Derpy was also a worm?
Like I said, she wouldn't be Derpy.
But she'd still be like muffins and like.
No, she would be squish.
No, but
She's
she was
a worm.
squishy, but she was still like, she still was everything that was Derpy, but just as a worm.
How does that even work? Worms don't do anything.
Yeah, they do. They do a squish crush.
They go squish. Derpy worm socks.
Wormpy
Where did
hooves.
she get the socks?
Wormpy hooves.
Wormpy hooves.
I agree with Jeff Jubbly.
Got no legs, Lieutenant Derpy. You're a worm. And wear socks. Cut her in half, have two Derpies. How worms work.
Look, Derpy's a worm now. If I put her in a hook, throw her in her leg, maybe I'll catch a Derpy.
It's bigger Derpies.
Bigger Derpies.
I think I was posted on our animal chat, like the slow worm, which looks like a snake, but is apparently actually a legless lizard, which I think is evil. Because
Isn't a snake just a legless lizard?
yes, but they didn't classify this as a snake. They classified it as a lizard without legs. It's called the slow worm. But look it up. It's definitely a snake. But some like ecologist likes messing with people.
I feel like there's probably a reason. Like snakes, No, yeah, I think even normal snakes have what looks like what would have been devolved appendages locations.
Yeah.
But that they're basically nothing.
Apparently, the evolutionary path of this animal was a lizard that had legs, and then over time it got rid of the legs. Whereas snakes are like a completely different evolutionary path. But what do you think of that one? I thought it was all right for now.
It's the Belgian, which I'm not a fan of, because it's also got spice. I just didn't realize it was 9.5%.
Oh, is it? It's messing you up, huh?
Oh no, I was putting it down, and then I looked. I'm like, what the? No, it's.
I don't know what this.
I'm not a fan of Belgian style.
This is only 6%.
Belgian has like a funkiness to it. That there's a different one we had before. That if I would have read that before and I would have grabbed it, I thought it was just a standard
I thought I
ale.
was gonna grab one of those, but
What? No, those?
yeah.
No. I thought about grabbing one of the sweet ones, but then I grabbed this one because I'm trying to get the fridge cleared out.
Yeah,
we just have so much random
and then
cans.
I just put more stuff back in.
Well, at least it's all one type of something.
Yeah.
So, like the race of energy, it's time to evolve into something more efficient.
Yes, let's get rid of legs. Let's get hooves. Just 4 legs. More legs. Hands.
Okay, so Trixie's in there, but I still feel like
You gotta start working out the dialogue.
no, it's not that. It's I'm trying to get this because this is going to only be one camera angle. It's about optimizing this camera angle, and my issue right now is that Trixie doesn't pop out. And well, it probably is
She should probably
because
be looking at Starlight. It's probably throwing you off a little bit.
that's why. Okay. So the glass panel is what's causing it to be darkened. I'm going to open that up and we're going to just reduce that a bit. There's no texture to it, so it's kind of like at this point anything that's darkening it, because you can't see the glass, it just makes it look like it's just not well lit. But if I go to like 4, I probably will have to add something there, some kind of like texture, something to make it look like there's some kind of glass, but I'll worry about that later. But that's a little better. Okay, so at least now I know why the lighting was weird.
I like the thought that crabs are the ultimate evolution. Like everything is just leading to crabs.
Yeah, if I remember right, for at least the water side of things, doesn't everything eventually become crab to some degree? No, there's like it's a convergent evolution for all these different species that they all become crab-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not just a joke. Like there's a whole bunch of species that all ended up like developing crab-like traits.
Like what?
Plus, they live like forever.
Crabs?
Yeah.
Not at Long John Silver's. They don't.
Well, okay, yes. If you chase somebody down with a knife,
crab. I don't know. Like I guess spiders kind of have some crab-like features, but past that,
I'm guessing water-based. There's a benefit to it. Because my thought is, if you were to give evolution an infinite amount of time, what would it all gather towards? Horse.
I want to say Orlando Bloom.
Orlando.
Yeah, everything falls to Orlando Bloom.
Like those horses are eventually like, wow.
Or Jeff Goldblum. Better Bloom.
That is a better
much
bloom.
better Bloom. One of them blooms.
Crab or fish? Well, see, there was a reason that we left the water, so I feel like water is a
Crabs left the water.
No, water is a better place for species to develop and grow from nothing, like because you're basically like proteins floating in nothingness. It probably took billions of years of these proteins floating within water to get to grow to be anything. So obviously they evolved to their environment, but as soon as they evolved far enough, they could start evolving the traits to move out of water. So I would think that at least I guess I don't know if it's beneficial to be out of water, but
in Earth at least, the surface was still super radioactive from the sun because the atmosphere didn't exist yet. So it just made sense that life started in water because it could not exist above water.
Well, it's also if you're microbes, if you're not in water, what do you exist in?
You could just like fungus. It's kind of just
Yeah, but the easiest place to grow and multiply is within a 3-dimensional environment that you can float in, and all your water needs are taken care of by existing. So I can see the benefits in it.
yeah.
And look, it's here. It's Michael.
No, he's giving the evil sign. You know what like irritates me about him right now is that they did that whole song Count to 3. Like it was some huge build up to something, and they said to be continued, and that was like a year and a half ago now. He was involved in that. It wasn't just some offshoot thing that some random person did. They got like people together for that song. Is this what you've been waiting for? Say 1, 2, and 4.
No, they're doing it because it's a joke.
I guess, but it kind of sounded like they're like, learn to count to 3.
If I were to tell you, hey, look, I found a picture of Michael.
I'll never wear those glasses.
What are you talking about? Like, it's blurry.
I don't like
Actually, you know what he kind of looks like?
invisible room glasses.
From this angle, it kind of looks like Shrek.
It's the exact kind of glasses my dad used to wear. I
So
couldn't stand them.
one of the managers in my office today, like he's a funny guy, he's great, I like the guy. But I was walking by his office, and literally as I'm walking by, he walked into his office, he sat down, and he goes, "Somebody told," and that was it. I'm like, did he just sing an all-star? Like he's singing for 3 or 4 words, then stopped.
Probably like stuck in his head and it escaped for like a second.
No, it was.
And he got real quiet.
I think he was like had a thought in his head, and those words made sense, and just externalized it, and like, but he just randomly said like, "The fuck."
He realized he was externalizing his internal thoughts.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Somebody wants.
No, he's just like somebody.
I admit to doing that. I've done that before, where I have something stuck in my head and then I verbally just blurt it out. It's a song.
If I'm trying to work through a problem or something, I talk to myself all the time. It's sometimes all it takes is something going out of your mouth and back in through your ear to like get a different part of your brain to grab it. Because if it's in your head, it's not going, it's stuck in one spot. But as soon as you verbalize it and it comes back through, it actually really helps.
That's why I don't know that saying it out loud, but writing it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, no, that's another way of doing it. You're putting it out through your hands and into your eyes. So you're putting it in through different sources. You know, it's the same thing.
I know my brain can't hold on to anything, so any conversation I have at work, if it's an important conversation, I'm taking notes the whole time.
That meeting I
cannot hold on to information.
That meeting I was talking about earlier, I was taking notes for like the first 15 minutes, and then I realized, yeah, I ain't gonna do shit with this. And then I immediately stopped taking notes, and I stopped. Yeah, note taking. I need to look up more information about better note taking. I'm really bad at note taking.
When I note take, the first thing I write down is everybody's names.
Some meetings I do that
because I don't remember people's names.
Most meetings that I'm in are scheduled and they're on Teams, so I can always look it up later.
Your name half the time.
No, I need to figure out better note taking. Like my boss, his note taking is chaotic, but it makes sense. Like he will just start like writing things and then put big arrows around or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like when I read his notes, I'm like, I can see where you're going for it. I am really bad because the only note taking I know how to take is verbatim. And like that's everything that's being read and it's going through, but you lose context. And I need to look up better information.
I only write down what I think is important. I'm not listening so much to them, everything they say. I'm listening to the key things I know that are important, and I'm writing.
But like the meeting I had today was a process I knew nothing about. So there's nothing I'm going to remember other than everything they're stating. So yeah, I was trying to keep track of everything. Otherwise, most meetings I would normally do that, but then like I've had so many times where like 3 weeks later I'm like, what?
No, if somebody says something I know is important but I don't understand it, I'll just draw an arrow to it with a note saying, "Get more information." Or
I don't like doing that because that sounds like, you know, that thing that you told me about. Can you tell about me again? Because I wasn't actually.
No, I'm
listening.
not going to ask them.
Oh no, but I like trying to impress. I mean, obviously you don't.
Well, I'm better dressed than you.
No, I took my long sleeve shirt off.
I don't care.
So I was trying to cool off when I got home.
Yeah, that just means you're crazy and you went to work all hot.
Actually, it looked like you went to a funeral. Like
you're a nice shirt.
You're black and black.
Socks don't match.
Is it white?
No, they're two different socks.
You are a 1920s Mickey cartoon.
Mickey cartoon.
Like you're just black and white.
It's a nice shirt. My mom bought me this.
Adam showed me a picture of a restaurant I think his brother and his family went to or something, that it was a black and white restaurant. Everything inside is black and white. Not gray, not colors, black and white only. It is so real.
That's the kind of thing rich people are into, like weird environments.
Yeah. Just something multi-pedal being bipedal causes serious back issues. Oh, for like a forever species. So I would think that limbs themselves are inefficient. I would think that there's benefits to it for like mobility and whatnot, but like in terms of energy usage, if you were like a super intelligent species, I would think being just a giant ball of mush.
Yeah, like the things from Half-Life.
As long as
Big balls of mush that are just like have
the potatoes.
Yeah, they're just giant floating potatoes.
The potatoes that they showed for like what 3 seconds, and then that was
they
it.
showed up a few times.
A couple times before, but the big one is at the end. After like 2 episodes.
Spoilers for
the game of 2006.
Yeah, a 20-year-old game. The potatoes like show up and kill some people.
The potatoes. I like the potatoes.
Essentially what they are.
They're potatoes. Yes.
They're just they've evolved to the point where they don't really need anything but their brains.
Speaking of potatoes, so Starlight. So, do we keep her with her like hoof over her face, or
I just want her casually getting something from the machine.
but that doesn't work with her current expression. So my thought is, do we do deadpan instead?
Deadpan.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to
like
deadpan.
She sees Trixie, but she's ignoring Trixie because she's tired of Trixie's shit and she just wants a candy bar. And she will deal with that later. Trixie needs to learn her lesson first. Just like Starlight. Can I help? Trixie got stuck. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. Why do you give her a deadpan face?
By the way, soon there will be a racing game with the DreamWorks characters. DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. Don't they just have like dragons? What else does DreamWorks have? I mean, they've come up with some. Did DreamWorks do Shrek? They did Shrek, didn't they? The Kraken movie I actually thought looked pretty decent, but at the same time I've heard people being negative about it, but maybe I'm just being stupid. Megamind was actually pretty decent. Shark Tale, okay, come on, you're just trying to copy Nemo. Like that's the pretty freaking obvious. B movie was DreamWorks? I thought they did Dragon movie. Did they not do Dragon movie? They did Puss in Boots Last Wish. That movie was amazing. I'm okay with that. They did Spirit? I'm learning things. Wait, did it Ants and Bee movie? Okay, they're just trend followers. They're not even trend setters. It feels like Pixar does the idea and then they just say, that's a good idea. Where's their toy movie? Wait. I'm going to probably say 1917 is probably not a DreamWorks movie. I searched DreamWorks movies and it came up in 1917.
1917. That movie's already.
I didn't know Spirit did DreamWorks. Oh, it was Spirit. I did that. I didn't know that.
I've never actually watched that film, even though it's about a horse.
I have it on this.
I
think I have the DVD on a Plex. I'm trying to find it on Blu-ray.
I'm slowly working my way through the freaking Wolf of Wall Street.
It's a movie. It's only like 2 hours.
I've sat down and watched it 3 times in parts so far. I'm about halfway through.
I've kind of thought about doing that where I just start movies, and if I don't finish it, just watch it again.
Now, every time I sit down to like eat at my computer, I'll watch a little bit of it, and then
But I feel like-
I'll move on to something else.
So I feel like there's like a Gen Z mentality and a millennial mentality, and I feel like Gen Z is where I need to have as much media absorbed at the same time as possible. But I don't do that. I'm like, if I'm gonna play a game or do something, sometimes I'll play music, but a lot of times I don't even do that. I like single streams of media.
No, I like some streaming video.
But if they did How to Train Your Dragon, then why is when I search it did it not come up?
They definitely.
They did put, like I said, this
DreamWorks
is
How You Train Your Dragon.
that's a good movie.
Yes. Road Trip is definitely not DreamWorks. It's definitely not animation. Somebody lied.
Google.
You have the Teenage Kraken?
Google, I think you're drunk. The curse of the Werebrab, Wallace and Gromit.
Is that DreamWorks?
Probably.
I think so.
I am number 4. DreamWorks Animation Adventure.
Okay, this is not. Okay, this is just Google movies.
Wait, was the bad guys DreamWorks?
Was it? I have to click it. Writers, directors. Yeah, it was DreamWorks. Yeah.
I feel like Pixar really throws their name more front and center compared to DreamWorks. DreamWorks kind of has sneaker hits every now and then. I've wanted to see Bad Guys. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Did they do Peabody and
Yeah,
Sherman?
they did. I heard it wasn't good.
Yeah, that I don't see very good. Okay, they did Shrek. Okay, because like all the Dragon movies, well, maybe not all of them.
Yeah, all the How to Train Your Dragon. Ghost in the Shell. Scarlett Johansson. You had so much crap for that.
I have it.
Yeah, no, you do. DreamWorks Pictures was they were probably fun.
It was with a bunch of other stuff. They probably did some of the 3D effects. No, I have that on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
I got it for $3.
I know.
It's one of those I sometimes buy. So I buy movies because 1, it's going to be a good movie, or 2,
because you're bored.
because it'll be funny to watch. Actually, do you see they put our new trailer for Loki season 2?
I did not.
They have an actor in there. Remember the from Everything Everywhere, the male actor, the one that won the.
Yeah, the guy who's short round in Indiana Jones.
Yes, he's in there,
Okay.
and he does great.
Oh, he did a good job in that movie.
He did. Yeah, no, he's an amazing actor.
The fact
he does
that it took
great.
him so long
It just took him forever to get noticed. But
well, after Indiana Jones.
welcome back, guys. Change of plans. Oh, because you're gonna say like that's a really short gaming session. What were you guys gonna plan to play? Actually, I'm kind of curious. My younger brother plays online chess games while watching YouTube shorts while solving Rubik's cubes. Yeah, that sounds like a Gen Zer. Actually, if it's younger brother, is he even
like
newer than that?
Mental stimulation.
Rain World? What is? I know Rim World, but what is Rain World?
It depends on what I'm doing. If I I have it a little bit where I have to say I'm cooking in the kitchen or something. I need music playing in the background. I can't have quiet.
I like quiet.
I do not. I cannot stand it. It actually puts my nerves on end when it's quiet.
I like quiet because it will get me kind of in like a zen, and sometimes it's nice to like just step away from the world for a little bit instead of always being like bombarded by things.
The reason I don't like quiet is because I think it's kind of tied a little bit to childhood trauma.
He's bordering Gen Alpha. So okay, so like I am borderline Gen X. So I think the border. I think the border for
it's 1980. I think.
The borderline for Gen X to millennial tends to be 1984 to 1986, and I am 1984. So I am like.
I thought it was earlier than that.
it's around there. Nobody ever comes up with it because it's all based on like arbitrary things that people invent. So so I can definitely see some Gen X-y things that I'm into and some millennial things. I actually I'd rather be the older millennial than the younger millennial for some things. But I didn't know Alpha was the name of the next one. I guess what's after Z. So,
Did the quiet hurt you, Michael? Base.
Love them Skugs. Yeah, that I tried to start playing Hollow Knight. I tried playing that a little recently.
Like fun. A lot of lore on that one.
It looks like a lot of lore, but it feels like it's not a game. Like, I played a bit into it. It's just not I think it's not what I'm looking for right now.
If you're looking for a side scroller, it's fun. If you're not,
you're looking for a platformer.
Yes.
I don't think that's what I was looking for. I really want to get into an RPG right now, but because Baldur's Gate's coming out soon, I've been refusing to touch any others. So I've been playing all these like super short games, and I'm getting to the point of like frustration for figuring out what to play anymore. Because so once Baldur's Gate comes out, I hope we just burn through that really quick. Not quick in terms of time, but I want to put a lot of time into it when it's there because I need to get rid of this itch.
It's not that the quiet hurts me. It's just that when I was a kid, if it was quiet in the house, it meant my dad was home, because we had to be super quiet when he was home, because if he heard anybody, he would basically make their life miserable. So it always created this unease, and for whatever reason, when it's super quiet, I just feel that unease again. So I have to having anything in the background. It could be television, it could be music, something to just ease that like childhood trauma or whatever. I guess
Trauma.
I don't know how else to describe it.
Trauma to me is about an extreme situation that caused irreparable damage. When you're a kid and you haven't experienced much, it doesn't take much.
No, it doesn't.
Sometimes something like that can be like actually traumatic, even though it'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's not traumatic. You're a kid. Like, if your cereal is too soggy, it ruined your day. Like,
he would basically, everybody would get quiet, because if he heard one of us, he would immediately connect that noise to something those kids could be doing. So it meant when he was home, we were never safe from basically suddenly chores.
Suddenly chores is the worst chore.
What?
Like, what is your chore today? Suddenly.
So he would basically like hear or see a child and be like, they could be scrubbing the outside of the house right now, or doing dishes, or vacuuming floors, or sweeping.
You know what a kid should be doing?
So
being a fucking kid.
Yeah, they're not in my dad's presence.
No, like you know what an 8-year-old should be doing? Work.
Yes, that was pretty much children. Children were a burden that could be used to alleviate other burdens.
Children that at 8 years old are pushed to do physical labor are children that are going to be doing physical labor all their lives.
Was mowing the lawn at the age of 8.
No, I mean that's okay. Like
push mower.
Certain
at 8.
And look at you. I know. Certain activities I can see being okay. Like, it's okay to have them help out. But if literally you are like, oh, you're out there having fun, well, you should be doing some work instead. Yeah. Kids have to be creative, because if they're not creative, they're not going to expand their mind enough to actually get the jobs that you want them to, as a parent, to get. But if you just say, like, you need to force them to the physical labor, you're probably going to force them to do physical labor all their life. So there's a balance to be made, and obviously there's no science to it. And I'm obviously speaking from a like completely ignorant position, but
and I mean, it's all about resources at that point. Like, children can do a great many things, but if they don't have like the space or the resources, you can't really practice or indulge in them.
But the most things is when a kid is young, it is their only opportunity in life to be free.
Yes.
Is to do the things that a kid do. Let them figure out themselves, not be told what to be, and let them explore. And sometimes that means they're going to get into trouble, But part of being a kid is getting into trouble.
I don't even think my dad saw it as like I want you to do this certain thing. He would just look at us and be like, that child is happy and I'm miserable. What can I make that child do that will make me less miserable? And we did not. And if we ever said, and it was never like, oh, we'll get to it. It was like, when he told you, that is when you did it. It wasn't like, go mow the lawn. Okay, I just want to finish this. And like, no, you would put down whatever you were doing immediately, or you would feel wrath. And again, it just all leads back to
this is why
quiet.
And if you're gonna take one lesson from Michael, is don't be born in Kentucky. Whatever you can.
My mom was.
Tell your parents.
She's still great.
Don't give birth to me in Kentucky.
Like,
Your mom is your mom. It gives us the vibe of, yeah, I gave up on life at like 12.
No, when my mom was home, my dad wasn't home. That's when like the couch cushions would come off the couch and we would play Don't Touch the Floor because it's lava, and she would like build forts in the living room.
Your mom was also the one that said, you know what I should do? I should take my kids, put them in a giant tire, and then throw them down a hill. Like, is there any safety measures? Nope. Do you have insurance?
Not on the kids, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, that was fun though.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, kids are like, so what happened to the kid? Well, he flew out of the windshield and he went like 15 feet, he hit a moose, and they rolled like 30 feet into a lake, and then like 20 minutes later I got him out. He's fine.
Kids bounce.
Yeah, but then like as an adult, you're like, so what happened to you? We're like, well, I was moving between two rooms and the carpet was slightly different, and it caused me to like pull a ligament. So true. I wasn't expecting that difference in tension.
There's a bump in my bed, and now I'm broken for like 3 weeks.
Michael's the prince in the beat, or the princess in the beat.
Well, hey, my bed's pretty much just dirt pedockies now.
I don't think that's going to be comfortable. Hello, Stig.
It makes me happy.
How's it going? It is going well. It is Tuesday, which
that's not a happy thought.
Kind of. I have off Friday this week.
I don't care.
I think I actually
care, but I hate it.
So I'm like a year behind updating my license.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, they're like supposed to do it 90 days, and I'm at like.
Do not tell them how long. When they ask, you say, "Oh, like 2 weeks ago."
Oh no, yeah, I'm not gonna tell them, but I'm like 360 days behind updating my license for address. But it's because I've been waiting for an off Friday, and the last couple have been busy. But the one time I went to the DMV, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it today, and so I drove in there, and I walked up to the lady, and I'm like, I'm gonna hear it update my license, and she goes, great, we'll put you on the list. And this was 20 minutes after they opened. I'm like, so what's the wait? And she goes, 3 hours. She goes, we'll text you when you're ready, and just be here 15 minutes after the text. Okay, so what am I supposed to do? Because I can't go anywhere. Like,
you stand, you read a book.
I could, but my parents were literally going to be at my home in like an hour and a half, and I had cardboard to drop off in the trash.
If you're going to DMV, you do not plan.
I planned a 2-hour gap, and they didn't allow that. So I gave up waiting, and then I ended up driving to drop off the cardboard. And they sent me the text on my way to drop the cardboard. I'm like, yeah, too late.
Yeah.
And so too late. I just needed to go to a better facility. I think that I just need to pick a direction, go like 6 hours that way, find a DMV that's literally like shoved between two canyons. Like that's the only like one lady that's there, and like maybe there'll be like only 12 people in that line.
Once you get a little out of the city, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, I went to a testing facility. I shouldn't have done that.
I just need to go. Like, I told myself I was going to go on the 4th, and one of the reasons I need to go is because my stickers are almost expired. And
that's a little different.
Well, but they're going to send the new stickers to the old address that's on my license. You can't get them to send it anywhere else.
Yeah, I believe mine were too.
Yeah, but you were probably getting your mail forwarded at the time.
I was, yes.
So that's how they ended up here.
within 1 week. I literally was the last week of mail forwarding they sent it to me.
If I did it now, draft would get them.
Yep.
And
that's what I thought it was going to be.
Deal with that.
I originally thought it was going to be, but my mail forwarding, I got a message not long after I put that through that says your mail forwarding is expired. I'm like, yes. So I didn't have to worry about it. It's expired now.
I either have to go to the DMV or I have to deal with draft. And to be honest, at this point, the DMV seems like the more appealing option. And I need to get it done anyway.
Yeah. I think every time I've had my tabs come due, I was late. There was one time that I think I was running on like 3 weeks expired tabs, and I would just like, anytime I need to go anywhere, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to keep my eyes out because if a cop sees me, I am not running legal tabs. Yeah. But I've been better about it now. But I was like, oh, the day that I needed the new tabs was the day that I put it through. There was one time though, I don't know why, but they never actually sent me the letter on it.
No, they sent me. I've gotten my letter for them telling me to renew my tabs because they need to be renewed by the end of this month.
Was one by Ridgedale recommended? I don't know if I've been to that one. I went to the testing facility in Plymouth before, and no, I'm not going to do that again.
You can actually make an appointment online.
No,
at a time.
You can pre-enter your information. So you basically, when you walk in there, you have less to provide them. When you have an enhanced license, with like I still have to provide them all that extra info. So this whatever.
Just passport.
I've been lazy about it. It's like whatever. What's the government going to sue me?
It's just that the tabs are what becomes a problem, and unless we both want to like, hey, draft. By the way, can we have those? It's like I don't know.
I have a whole year to worry about that.
I don't. I have to.
Mine expired in June. I'm all good now.
I am dreading.
Okay, so this is her doing deadpan.
I feel like that's even a little like just like pull the neck back. I don't know that her head needs to be that far forward.
So the head,
because she should be just getting. She should be in a position in which she's going to get something from the machine. I just wanted to.
Is that a bit better?
Yes,
that's a bit better.
I do like that better.
Because I don't want her making eye contact.
No. She recognizes Trixie's there. She's refusing to acknowledge her though. And I want whatever she wants to whomp Trixie in the head and then slide down her face.
So that gets difficult. So having her get whomped in the face means that whatever's above here needs to drop. These, no matter what option I select for this machine, are preset for a certain option. I could put something in there.
Yes.
But I can't spin the circle, the wires.
Just make the noise. You don't need to spin the wires.
You can say make the noise, but where do you get the noise?
I'll make it. Didn't. Let's copy that.
You could probably just like find a YouTube.
Yeah.
Somewhere. That's what I've done for a lot of sound effects. Okay. But the other question is, what would start? Okay. Before I ask that question, I want to get through what chat asks here. If I want to take Michael out, just offer him a very uncomfortable chair, or offer him a comfortable chair in a different place.
He's making a reference to Disco Elysium.
You can say that, but like we were at a thrift store.
Such a nice chair.
In Minneapolis, like this was months ago, and Michael found a chair that he did not want to get out of. No. It was like, it wasn't leather. I think it was a fox leather type thing.
It was like a pleather.
But he got into it and he was like, I need this chair. And
I was very close.
It was a very comfy chair, but it was definitely like the chair that you would see in a living room, kind of sitting in a corner, maybe with like a cigarette like stand right next to it, surrounded by beer cans with a definite little CRT TV up in the front with antennas that are not in the right position. Like
with the football
This,
game on.
yeah, with the football game on, and he's got to be screaming at it. Like, it was that kind of chair. It was comfy, but
It's a
like,
beautiful chair.
he wanted that chair so bad, he had no
Did.
place for it.
I kind of could put it in front of my bed.
Barely.
Yeah, it was a super nice chair. I wanted that chair. He won't let me have my own chair.
Well, no, you can. You can be in your own room. I don't care what you do in
I
your
want to
own.
put it in the house.
No, that's different. That's my space. Landlord, fuck you.
I don't even pay rent anymore.
You're paying ahead. The DMV between two candidates will be out of necessary forms and have no pens. That's the DMV. Welcome. Well, but I just looked at my license. I thought it expired this November. Turns out it was last November.
That's rough.
Okay, so forewarning on that, I had somebody that I knew that they went over a year after expiration for their license. Normally if your license expires, it's kind of a whatever. If you get pulled over, it's a big issue.
Yes.
But if you go to the DMV, they're like, whatever. They're going to probably backdate you to that date. So if it says whatever date you have to renew, you're not going to like suddenly go from the date you were in there. No, they're going to backdate you to the original date. So you kind of lose dates in that. But if you go far enough, they can force you to retest. And I'm not talking about just written. They can force you to go and do the physical driving test again. So if you're last November, you're talking 9 months. If I remember right, that is around a year, if not, depending on the state laws. I would look into that quick because you might have to do quite a bit of extra work to get it redone. They have no issue for renewing licenses if you do it on time, but if you're past, they start making you do some crap. So I would look into that. So
for a voice impression, I have to make a noise.
Sure, you do. Is that even going through?
It's a noise.
It's the same sound he makes when he eats food. Anyway,
Noise would be fun. It's a noise.
you've now heard the Michael mating sound.
Yes. Everyone here is aroused.
What mods do you recommend for scene building? That's a hard question because it depends on the scene build. There's a mega pack. That's a really generic term, but there was a mega pack I downloaded a while ago. It includes some like models from Batman Arkham Asylum, which is a really weird choice, but a bunch of different games from around just different places. And the one problem I have with it is it also included like 6 or 7 varieties of size for the different models, scaling. That's not really needed anymore, but that pack came out prior to having the scale option in SFM, so it makes sense why that was a thing. It was giving people options when there was no options. But the mega pack was nice. Otherwise, if you're looking for anything Ponyville, anything Disco Pears made, he made a lot of really good horse models. Pony SFM is a really good place for finding a lot of the models. Otherwise, just search the workshop. That's going to be the best way to find any models you need for anything. That tends to be what I do. There's not many big packs out there anymore because the workshop exists. Unless you need something like outside of terms and conditions of workshop allowance, then like SFM box or something. Michael sound effects much better, plus it gives him more chances at the voice acting industry. Yes, because if somebody needed the sound of wind through a tree or wind through a mouth, maybe they'll pull him in. Landlord, fuck you. Slumlord!
He is a bit of a slumlord. Like the whole half the house has been unlivable for a while.
Okay, that was my choice. I'm working on it.
Slumlord.
And I am literally driving myself into the deep dark earth of like bankruptcy to get this taken care of. So shut up.
Slumlord.
Yeah.
You know, the fireplace exploded in the back. It was crazy.
The fireplace under downstairs
No, the
exploded
one
too.
outside. Well, that one you had to rip out.
That one was
because
ripped.
you were
I
sad.
didn't have to, but I did. No, the basement's been very expensive, and it's getting so much
There's
more
like
expensive.
birds everywhere
I mean, I'm poor.
in the back.
I'm actually poor. Anyway,
One of his tenants stopped paying rent for the next several months.
I guess I was talking about models for scene building. If you're talking about mods for scene building, none. I really can't think of any. There's a couple of maps you could download. There's like a mirror map that'd be kind of useful, but then you're restricted. And there's not many mods I have. The only mods I can really think of are there's a volume slider mod that's not scene building specific, but it's really nice being able to modify the volume as you can. There's the Matte Specular Zero. That's a lot. It'd take a while to go into what that means, but if you know what that means, it's just saving you the time of having to type it in. That's all. Matte Specular Zero is literally no different than just going in here and saying Matt. I guess. Okay, something like, oh, it's Matt underscore Specular. Yeah, see?
Did
It just turns off certain aspects of overglow on certain objects. There are a couple maps that have objects that, for some reason, like maximize the specular bits. The Canterlot War Games map is one where some like lighting sources will literally blow up to extremely bright, and the only way to fix them is to set matte specular to 0. So I just downloaded a script for it. Reload materials, that's just another script to save my time for having to type things. I have no idea what these are anymore. Oh, reverse animation. Never really played with those. There's a method you can use to reverse an animation, but that's quicker. Kiwi Fruit Dev. I'm going to recommend a better name for your grouping, but light limit patch. I think that's for increasing the shadow limit. Can't remember. But most of those, again, they're not needed. They're not going to help you that much. It's some things that will save you time in some super rare situation where things match up to it. So,
Hey, look, the song going. Just had to wait.
we're gone for like 2 hours.
Yeah, but I just noticed.
And it keeps bugging me. Like, I had to like repaint some of the pieces on the wall, and there's one spot on your wall you're behind you that's still drying, and it's bugging me because it's kind of still visible.
Where this bug is?
Yeah. No, it's not a bug. It's a hole in the wall.
There's a hole in the wall.
I had to repaint some spots, and I'm noticing a couple spots. Whatever, I don't care enough.
He does.
I did get the new furniture bit for there. You saw that in and when you walked in today. There's a big box.
I believe you.
Oh my god, the thing actually was like in the way of walking. You had to walk over it.
I probably just not paying attention.
God, I have the cabinet, the little stand I was going to put back there. But anyway, whatever.
Now that you mention it, though, I'll definitely take a look.
No, you're not. Anyway, we're done today. I didn't get any animation done, but I got some of the planning done, which was good. So I think the rest of it probably won't be that bad. Though you want voice lines, but I don't care enough to deal with it right now.
Yeah, not right now. But I mean, think of something. Just use a generic voice.
So
program,
essentially-
and then I'll change it to Trixie.
No, so essentially what it's going to be is she might put some money in the machine and get some candy out.
I don't want
And then
Starlight to
what
say anything.
No, Starlight's not going to say anything, but Trixie's going to put some money, or no, Trixie's going to be in the machine, and Starlight's going to have some money put in the machine and get candy. And then maybe turn to.
Trixie should be like, Starlight, help. Starlight, I got stuck.
No, the
machine tricked me.
the first 2, maybe 3 seconds have to be nothing. Maybe she can't say anything because otherwise it's jumping too quick in. Remember that anthology is meant to be played live, and so the very first thing of a short, if you suddenly see that scene, you're gonna get giggles, not laughs, but giggles.
Well, then start it with Starlight outside the scene and have her walk into this.
No, it takes too long.
Trixie sees her.
It takes too long.
Either,
No, having her there is fine, maybe looking around or whatnot, but there has to be the first couple seconds to just overcome audio of giggles. It has to be like or some filler, like okay, like something filler, and then whatever, because then people will be paying attention.
Well, you can have her just say Starlight, Starlight just trying to get her attention a couple times.
Repeated words are at least easy on the lip sync side, but I don't think you need to say the name multiple times.
Well, if you're looking for something like an
No, like I'm thinking like most of it could be fillers because it should, to me, if I was stuck in a vending machine, I would probably be like, I don't need to get your attention. You can see me. So she'd be like, Starlight,
But this
hello,
isn't the first time. This is her begging Starlight. She knows Starlight's upset with her already.
so then you could probably add context to that. Like, I understand, like, maybe not that, but like,
The machine tricked me again. It's the machine's fault. It's not Trixie's fault. It's the machine's
but
fault.
I don't want to have a bunch
clear.
of random words that are different. Where is Anthology going to play? Oh, it's going to be played. We're doing it. Yeah, Cider Fest is where the live showing the final release for these are going to go. The one that I did before for Better Call Saul is going to be in there, and anything else we put out there. It's going to be. Actually, I don't know if they made it public how long it is. It's going to be a length, but it's going to be at Cider Fest. So if you're going to be at Cider Fest, which is in Milwaukee, Minnesota, USA, in November, that will be showed live. But normally, like immediately after it is shown live, it is public. So you're not going to miss out on time. It's just anthologies are always super fun live. There's an energy to it. People are like pounding and like screaming and laughing. It's way better experience. Anthology 7, I think's premiere at BronyCon 2019 had like 10,000 people in the room. It's crazy.
Yeah, they had to have 2 huge rooms, and one room just got a big screen to watch it on.
It was nuts. It was so much fun though. All the anthology premieres, I think the first one I was at, Anthology 5, was like probably like 1,500. The year after that was probably like about the same, but then the year after that we actually got the main hall. We had fire code.
In 2019, I think you broke fire code, honestly, because they were.
Yeah, there was no more people that could fit in the room.
They filled up. You basically filled up a gymnasium floor.
And I had. So they had 2 big screens, and the anthology crew was put towards the middle between the 2 screens. So it wasn't like where we got like took away good seats from people. The middle, we got front row, but it was middle. So you're still a distance from the screen, but you're still like at least up close. But yeah, we took some of the front seats, the cheater seats, and then when the room filled, all the rest of people took it.
I remember 2019, I got into the room, but I was definitely in standing room, but a lot of people didn't even get into the main room. I felt lucky. 2015
for Anthology 5 was hilarious because there's only like probably like 15, 16 anthologists at that time. And when the people went to the door to be let in early for the group, there was like 30 people there. Like everybody brought +1s or +2s or +3s. And the guy at the door that was checking badges like, is this like all the anthologists? And I think Jay was like, yup. And they're like, okay, so all of our friends got in early to get front seats, but then the room hit fire code after that. That one definitely hit fire code. Are you going to HarmonyCon 2024? I do not have a plan to go there right now. I have not had any plans for HarmonyCon. I don't like planning cons usually to the beginning of the year, and HarmonyCon's in January, which makes planning really hard. So I have not had any plans for them. I've talked to I don't know if it's the current chair, the con chair from there before, and they've brought up interest for me to go, but I've never actually went.
Where's that one?
Dallas, I believe.
Texas.
Anyways, we gotta rate somebody. We have let me switch back here. We have Jin. Is it behind? It's behind.
It sounded like I'm taking a fart in that picture you stopped. I'm like, that's a fart phase. Definitely taking a fart. It was a long day. No, that's my evil twin. You found him. He's got a mustache on top of a mustache. Like, I like how that I technically have a mustache, but our friend John has such an amazing mustache that mine doesn't even count. No, so evil. And happy. Happy evil. No, angry evil. Screaming.
Nah. Nah. Whatever.
Too far.
Nah.
It's like I'm Mr. Cold Miser. I'm Mr. Snow. so I'm Mr. Minnesota. I eat moose's whole. There's not a moose in Minnesota, or at least there used to be.
All right. We haven't done How Many Dragons for a while, so I know Jin's been playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is kind of interesting. I think it's a long process, but seeing how all that works is pretty interesting. But we can go to How Many Dragons because they make How Many Dragons?
Save that guy that
Tire Pros, because that's definitely the type of ad I would want to see if I was watching How Many Dragons. It's definitely saying like, "You're a man, right? You like tires? Yes, for I am a man. Show me your rubber." So we'll be back Friday. As a reminder, though, starting this Sunday, we're going to start doing some Baldur's Gate 3, and I am almost guaranteeing you that other than we're still going to be doing Tuesday and Friday SFM streams after that, but we are probably going to be mixing in some random streams on either Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday after that. I don't know what those days are. We're basically going to say if we're all available and we're all sitting at the same time, we're going to start streaming. So as a heads up, we might have some random streams starting after once Baldur's Gate's released to play some Baldur's Gate. So if you want to watch us play that, great. If you want a forewarning as to when we're going to do it, the Sundays are guaranteed. The rest of it, it's going to be a little random. It's the only way that we can guarantee the availability for people. So, but I'm so looking forward to that. So,
look for that for over a year. Been looking forward to that for over a year now.
Yeah, I have. I'm going to try to use this. So there we go. There's Kitty. Thank you guys for hanging out. You need tigers? Well, that's good. Whatever is on the advertisement more than likely is not the best deal. Shop around because the people that are paying for advertising are probably going to offset that price by what they're paying for the advertisement. So
like tire rack. So you have to put the tires on yourself.
I'm sure you never did though. But thank you to Chaotic Cypher for the follow. Thank you to Mr. Jinxie for the 42 or 46. I think it's 46 months. Thank you very much, Mr. Jinxie. Thank you to Nolan for the cheers, and thank you to Sunset for popping up and moderating. I very much appreciate it. Bye Alex, bye Argo, bye Michael, bye chat. Have a fun nice weekend, and don't eat a tire. We might eat a tire, and we might see you Friday. It's not even. It's Tuesday. You can't. Oh, nice week. Okay. I've been drinking.
Bye.